For the most part. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I tried to get her in with Pokemon Black. I tried to get in with Pokemon Black too. White, so she didn't like it. Then we played Coppermon, and now she's playing Scarlet Violet. Yeah. I'm telling you, bro, the Switch games are the best games for someone to play, for someone to learn Pokemon. Like, if it's their first Pokemon game, the Switch games are pretty much just the best games for people to learn Pokemon on. They're on the most popular Nintendo console of, like, all time. They're extremely easy. They're very, very accessible. They're fun. They both have great Pokédexes of Pokemon. That's another thing that people don't talk about, bro. People can hate on Sword and Shield and Scarlet Violet for whatever, like, bugs and issues that they had, you know, technologically as a game. But if we're talking strictly, like, how good the games are from, like, a Pokédex and Pokemon standpoint, they have some of the best dexes in Pokemon. Like, I think the Galar dex and the Paldean dex are better than the Gen 2 dex, for sure. They're better than the Gen 6 dex. And they're honestly better than the Gen 7 dex as well. Now, I'm not going to say something crazy and say that they're better than the Gen 1, the Gen 3, or the Gen 5 dex. But, like, Gen 8 Galar Pokédex, it's low-key going band for band with the Sinnoh Pokédex. Well, nah, let me not say it's not going band for band with the Sinnoh Pokédex. That's about where it ends. It's probably, like, top 5, maybe top 4 best Pokédexes. But it's definitely better than Gen 2's. It's definitely better than Gen 6's Pokédex. For sure. For sure. For sure. I love Pokemon Sword, by the way. Yo, I just popped into that Boxy Brown stream, bro. That chat is something else. Good luck, Greg. It'll be chill. I'm gonna be talking with him, not the chat. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be chill. But yeah, his chat do be bugging. His chat do be bugging. But it'll be chill. It'll be fun. He's a cool guy. He's really, really funny. Alrighty, predictions are in. Let's do this battle. Alrighty. So, turn 1, lead Zion and Chestnut. One-shot the lead. After that, almost certainly will be Abra. It'll probably be Abra and Sneasel. Sneasel and Abra both get one-shot by a Rock Slide. The Abra will target my Weezing for certain because it will want to one-shot it with Psychic. I will then switch in my very, very awesome, humble Carvanha. If they double into the slot, then it'll be doubling with Night Slash and Psychic. Carvanha resists Night Slash and is obviously immune to Psychic, so I'll be straight. If all goes well, this should be a very, very free battle. If all does not go well, I think I lose the entire attempt. So we'll have to see. Let's do it. I feel good about this. I feel good about this battle, though. I truly do not think that tragedy will befall me. Hi, what's the name of the overlay? What do you mean by the overlay? You talking about like the calculator I be putting up? It's called, what's this thing called? It's called the Platinum KAIZO calculator. It's the, you know what, matter of fact, instead of doing all this yap, here's a link, bro. There you go. That's the link to the calculator that I'll be using on a regular basis. This calculator is amazing. It's goated. Okay. So we are going to, we can just click Sludge on the Snover and then click Rock Slide on both, just so we can ensure that whatchamacallit comes out. These guys are gonna be faster than me. The Snover should be dead though. And then we get a Rock Slide in, and we're good. Okay, so far, turn 1, very, very free, very, very easy. This Drifloon's dead 100% every single time, right? Now, here is where I need the routing of the fight to go well. It should be Sneasel and Abra. After this hail, of course. Is it? There's Abra. Porygon. Okay. This makes things a little... Oh, it's got download. Okay, this makes things a little bit different. Because Porygon actually does a lot of damage if it hits my Carvanha with Tri-Attack. But it doesn't do nearly as much damage to Seeking. But Seeking will take a decent amount of damage from Psychic if it switches into Porygon as well. I'm thinking I'm low-key gonna switch in Seeking here, because the idea of this thing clicking Psychic into my Carvanha and doing no damage is chill, but I don't like the idea of this thing clicking Tri-Attack into my Carvanha. Matter of fact, I think they're gonna double. They're gonna double into the slot. Wait, hold on. Before I troll, they're gonna double into the slot. They both see kills on my Carvanha, one with Tri-Attack and one with Seeking. So, oh wait, hold on. They might, actually, hold on. Let me think. They're definitely, okay, the targeting on the Porygon and the AI on the Porygon is low-key random. It might click Reflect, it might not. I generally don't know what it's going to do. But in the possible chance that it clicks Tri-Attack and the Abra clicks Psychic on my Weezing, I don't like the idea of Carvanha taking a Psychic and then not obviously being immune to it and then potentially dying to Tri-Attack. So I think I'm bringing Seeking. I'm bringing a Man Thompson. I'm bringing a Man Thompson and I'm gonna Rock Slide both of these bums and then I should be straight regardless of what happens. We'll see. Am I right? It's definitely Psychic into a Man Thompson for sure. There's the Psychic. I'm fine unless it's crit. If it's crit, then Amen Thompson's going straight to the Shadow Realm. It's not crit. It used Reflect. Okay. So that's not great because now I might not be able to kill this thing. I might not kill this Abra anymore with Rock Slide. Alright, now things get a bit trickier. Things get a bit trickier. So I actually would have been completely fine if I had sent in Carvanha, but I couldn't have been sure of that. So now Amen Thompson is at 42 HP. This guy is certainly about to click Psychic. This guy is definitely about to click Tri-Attack. I don't think it's gonna click Blizzard. So who can take that? Okay, so he won't get crit, but it's gonna do a lot of damage. I'm gonna get Psychic on one of my slots, so I really need to be careful. Is there a chance that they attack Macargo? Probably not. Probably not. Who survives, bro? Who survives a Psychic and a Tri-Attack? Low-key, nobody. Good morning, Greg. Yo, what's good, Falls? You better say good morning. Oh, hold on. Box is calling me.
Fucking Houston.
Salutations, Mr. Brown. Good evening.
Get a Greyhound, bro. Good lord, bro.
What you say?
What?
What's up?
Yeah, niggas just talking out their ass.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm about to say, what I say? I'm about to say, what I do? Hello? This nigga can't hear me. Hello?
It's
Mr. Brown.
It's a combination of bad things just like all together. It just makes this just a complete clusterfuck
This guy
of a
cannot
situation.
hear me.
Yo, Greg, answer.
Yo. Hello? I'm
Hello?
right. Bro, what? What do you mean answer? I'm in the call.
What's good, bro?
What's good, bro?
Nah, fuck, I cannot hear you, bro.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Okay,
okay, weird. You got your headphones on?
Hello?
Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's up?
Okay, what's good?
Bro, I'm sorry that I've been delaying this shit, bro. I lost my wallet, bro, and it's been fucking my whole day up.
Yeah, I tapped in for a second. I'm so sorry you lost your wallet.
But I'm trying to,
yeah,
keep the segment going regardless. You feel me?
For sure. Give me one moment. I'm about to lose my entire squad of Pokemon. So let me finish this battle, and I'm gonna undeafen, and then we'll begin your lesson.
All right, bro. I appreciate you.
All right, give me one moment.
All
right. Now that that's settled, what the fuck am I about to do here? Is Seeking faster? Bro, every Pokemon I have is this slow chud that can't do anything. Wait, I have Aqua Jet. What, are you dumb? Are you dumb, Gregory? Are you dumb or are you dumb? Are you dumb or are you dumb? Click Aqua Jet, dumbass. Okay. Am I dead to Tri-Attack though? No, I'm not. Okay, bet. We're chilling. Aqua Jet the Abra, Fire Spin the Porygon. Life is good. Okay, life is good. Working on the weekend like usual. Way up in the deep end like usual. Niggas say they pastors, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm 2 turns up. Now, if this crits me, it's over. W-Riz. Okay, that's amazing. This is amazing. Okay, now it's just Sneasel. Now we just switch out Sneasel for something that won't take a lot of damage from Sneasel. I actually don't have a selection. Oh wait, no, I do. I have Weezing. It's probably gonna click Ice Shard into my Weezing, since the AI will always favor a KO with a move that is fast. So since I'm pretty confident it's going to do that, I can switch in Weezing, and I can switch in... No, I'm not even gonna do all that. I'm just gonna switch in Weezing. Yeah, let me just switch in Weezing, and then I'll fire spin with Chestnut, and it should be good. Okay. Yeah, it used Rock Smash. It was random move, did no damage. This thing's got a Focus Sash. It's fine. It's dead. Okay, smooth. Easy battle, easy battle, easy battle, easy battle. Okay. Okay, I like them. I like them. Okay. So we will be coming back to this, but for now, we will be helping out Mr. Brown. Good afternoon or good evening once again, Mr. Boxy Brown. Are you there? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, brother.
Salutations, salutations. I'm doing spectacular, sir. I'm very, very excited that you have, you know, called upon me to share my knowledge of Pokemon with you. I'm very, very excited.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited, bro. I'm definitely excited, bro.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm telling you. So I want to give you the deets on the situation as is this week. Within the next July 6th, actually, which is also insane day, by the way, because they doing Streamer University announcements that day too.
This is true. This is true.
Also insane. And what also is the first day. Also, the first day of this the Your Age Cobblemon Minecraft stream event, bro. I'm real excited for that, bro. I have played Minecraft, but I don't know diddly dick about Pokemon. I hope you can help me out.
You know diddly did about Pokemon. Okay, well I'm gonna make
well,
sure you know.
Say I don't know diddly dick. Like, I know a couple Gen 1 Pokemon and shit. You feel me?
Okay.
You know, a little Charizard. You know,
okay.
Bulbasaur.
That is perfect because I was worrying that I might be like babying you or like patronizing you, but it seems like you truly do. You literally don't know nothing. Like you're a blank slate. This is perfect.
Not completely blank. I played a little bit of Pokemon on Roblox back.
Played a Pokemon on Roblox. This nigga don't know nothing. It's okay.
Nah,
I got you.
No. But it was really deep Pokemon though. Like it was really deep Pokemon though, bro. It was really deep Pokemon. Like it was like they had the whole shit, like the elements, elemental types, counters, gameplay, all that shit mixed together. It's just it was in a Roblox game.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. Are you able to see my slideshow?
Yes, I do see.
All right, I got you. So, plan is simple. We're gonna go through the slideshow. It's going to give you a very, very good in-depth breakdown on Pokemon and how to get good at it and all of the elements about it. And then afterwards, I'll answer any questions and we'll hop on the premier website for Pokemon battling, known as Pokemon Showdown. We'll get you some reps in, and hopefully by then you'll be a demon. How's that sound?
I like that. I like the sound of that, man. I'm ready to start.
Alrighty. So, is your chat able to hear me? Chat, are you able to hear Mr. Brown?
Everybody can hear you. They can all hear you. They can all hear you, man.
Excellent. Let us begin. So, the iGreg1204K Guide to Competitive Pokemon. So, we got our table of contents first. We got Chapter 1, How do I get good at Pokemon? Chapter 2, Types. Chapter 3, Abilities. Chapter 4, Stats and Natures. Chapter 5, Moves. 6 is Items. And 7 will be Advanced Battling Concepts. Let us begin. So,
all right.
How do I stop being ass? Very, very simple. So, when it comes to getting good at any game, right? It is important that you understand what is the central skill that needs to be honed when you're playing a game, right? So, in an FPS, that skill tends to be your aim. In a MOBA, that skill tends to be your physical mechanics, how quickly you can click, how easily you can CS, right? Pokemon is not those types of games, you know? Pokemon is not a game of skill. Pokemon is not a game of luck. The currency of Pokemon and the most important stat, so to speak, that you must ensure is maxed out if you want to be a true Pokemon master is knowledge. The gap between me, who is the greatest Pokemon player of all time.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. I'm not saying you aren't. I'm not saying you aren't.
Yes.
What is like the top 3? Like I don't even know who are the goats of Pokemon gameplay.
Who are the goats of Pokemon? Okay,
so that's a really big ballsy statement. Like
I got you.
You have Titanic testicles.
Easily. Like, so we've got the 3 goats of Pokemon, right? We've got world champion Wolfie VGC. He makes a lot of interesting and amazing guides on competitive battling in Pokemon, specifically doubles. So he's like easily the most popular or one of the most popular Pokemon players. He's probably one of the goats of Pokemon. At number 2, we've got Pichao. He's very much popularized the entire concept of Nuzlocking, which is playing through a Pokemon game with a specific set of rules that makes the Pokemon game much more difficult. And then you have me, who, despite having the worst luck imaginable on planet Earth, is able to overcome any Pokemon-related challenge and defeat any person within the context of a Pokemon battle if I'm given time. You know, if you're familiar with Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm what you would call Maharaga. You know, I may not understand something at first, but once I understand it, I don't lose. It's as simple as that. So those are the 3 GOATs of Pokemon, right? Now, the gap between the 3 GOATs of Pokemon and you is knowledge, which is a good thing because, you know, it's not some crack reaction speed that you need or something that may be super, super difficult to be accessible. All the information is out there in the ether, and you just have to get the reps in. Pokemon is a game of knowledge. It's not like basketball where if you're not 7 feet tall, you'll never be able to guard Kevin Durant. In this game, you could guard Kevin Durant, but with knowledge, right? So let's begin.
Type shit.
So I already went over this, but basically the important thing with Pokemon is that if you don't understand something, you can't counter it. And the moment that you do not understand what is happening, you're going to lose. Because typically someone will notice that you don't understand what's happening and they will take advantage of you and they will abuse you and abuse the fact that happens. And you don't want to be abused. You want to do that to other people. Correct?
Oh yeah, that's what was happening earlier. Like I was getting taken advantage of. Like
exactly.
I was playing Pokemon Show now. I was getting gaped, bro.
Exactly. We want you to take advantage of other people.
Like all fours, like ass in the air, just getting my shit just dug in relentlessly.
Exactly. I agree. We want to be administering, not receiving. Exactly.
Like it was getting to a point where I was then just starting to enjoy it, you know.
We don't want to enjoy that. We want to enjoy winning.
Yeah, we try. Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's continue. So, chapter 2, types. So, now this is gonna be a little overwhelming. This is the type matchup chart. If you want to become a full-fledged Pokemon battler, you gotta have this whole chart memorized. But until you do memorize it, feel free to use it at any time when you're playing Pokemon, or to ask someone, either myself or someone in your chat or someone around you that you know is knowledgeable about Pokemon about this, right? Every Pokemon has a type. So Pokemon will either have 1 type or 2 types, but never more than 2 types, right? All the types have weaknesses and resistances, and these types will denote what resistances and weaknesses a Pokemon will have, right? So if we refer back to this type chart, as you can see, we have the fire type at the top. You can see the top row is defending and the row on the left is the attacking types. If a fire type Pokemon is attacked with a water type move, it will be super effective and will do double damage, which is good. We like to do that. We want to do as much damage as possible to opposing Pokemon.
You said fire is effective against water types?
No, the other way around. Water is effective against fire. Exactly.
Right.
However, in contrast, if say an ice type were to attack a fire type, the fire type would resist the damage because fire resists ice. So these weaknesses and resistances are extremely important because 1, you want to ensure that you are hitting the opponents with super effective damage so their Pokemon die faster, and you want to ensure that you are being hit with resisted damage so your Pokemon dies slower. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Allow us to continue. Let's continue.
All right.
So, the biggest thing that makes types a little bit more confusing is that if a Pokemon has 2 types, their weaknesses and their resistances will work in tandem. So let's go back to this chart for a second, right? Say, and I'll keep it simple. Say we have a normal type Pokemon and a fire type Pokemon, right? Because of the fire in its type, right? It'll be weak to water, it'll be weak to ground, and it'll be weak to rock, as you can see in the charts. It may be a little difficult to see that, but I promise you it's there, right? And on top of that, since it's also a normal type, it will be weak to fighting, and it will be immune to ghost type moves. So immune basically means if you use that type of move against a certain type of Pokemon, it don't work at all, right? So normal types are immune to ghost type moves, and ghost types are immune to normal type moves. And there's a couple more immunities that we can touch on later as well, but that's just the first one that we'll discuss there, right? But furthermore, even though normal would never resist, or even though a normal type Pokemon would never resist fire, it would never resist grass, ice, bug, steel, and fairy type moves, because the Pokemon is normal fire, it gains those resistances too. So you gain some weaknesses, but you gain some resistances. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. You're a smart man. You're catching along. That's good. Sometimes I trips people up a little bit. Let's continue. So Let's start with an easy one, right? Do you know what this Pokemon is? Hello?
That is Charizard, yeah.
Close. So this is Charmander.
I mean, what? Right.
So it's the unevolved form of Charizard. It becomes Charizard eventually, right? So I'm guessing. Do you have any guesses on what type this Pokemon might be?
Fire type, right?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly correct. It is a fire type Pokemon. Correct. And since it's a fire type Pokemon, it would be weak to water, rock, ground. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it'd be weak to water, rock, and ground. So makes sense. Easy, right? Now we're gonna get a little bit more difficult. You may have recognized this Pokemon before. It's really popular. If not, it's completely fine. We've got Mr. Gengar. Mr. Gengar. Do you have any ideas as to what type this Pokemon might be?
Is it like a dark?
Close. So it is it's a ghost type Pokemon.
Ghost, okay.
But it's got two types. So it is a ghost poison type Pokemon, right? So since it's a ghost poison type Pokemon, it'll be weak to moves that are super effective against poison types and moves that are super effective against ghost types as well. Now, if a Pokemon resists a type that the other type is super effective against, the move is neutral, right? So, for example, let's find a good example. This might not be a great example. Let me think. So, say a Pokemon was a water type and a fire type at the same time, right? Fire is weak to water, but water resists itself. It resists water. So that Pokemon that is a fire water type would just take neutral damage from water type moves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's continue. So here's another Pokemon. This one's a bit newer. If you weren't sure of Charmander, then you might not know this guy, but he's a legendary Pokemon. Do you know who this is?
Fuck no.
That's completely fine. All good. This is Miraidon. He is a dragon electric type Pokemon. So since he's a dragon electric type, he'll be weak to ground, ice, fairy, dragon, since dragon is weak to itself, on top of, ice and fairy, and then electric is only weak to ground, right? So that's basically just a little introduction to Pokemon types and how they interact with weaknesses and resistances, especially in dual type Pokemon. Yeah, it's all good. No worries. All right, now. So, unfortunately, I hope you forgive me. I low-key just lied to you. I said that Pokemon only have at most two types, and that is technically still true. But just like in life, there are rule breakers and there are exceptions. Just like how we have to be good law-abiding citizens, but billionaires can just walk around and do whatever the hell they want. Some Pokemon just decide they're gonna do whatever the hell they want as well, right? So this is Meloetta, right? The one on the left is its singing form. The one on the right is its dancing form. The singing form is a normal psychic type Pokemon, but once Meloetta goes through a certain condition, it can become a normal fighting type Pokemon. Now, Pokemon like these are very few and far between. So, luckily, you don't really have to worry about this. So, that's awesome. But I just figured I would let you know that utilizing your resources, utilizing the internet is very, very important because you may come across Pokemon like this that might trip you up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. Chapter 3, abilities. So, there are hundreds of different kinds of abilities, and they all have varying usage and effectiveness and what they do. And while it can seem overwhelming, all abilities can be divided into two types. There's active abilities and there's passive abilities, right? So, active abilities carry out an explicit effect immediately, meaning as soon as you send out this Pokemon, it's like, yo, I'm this guy, this is my ability, this is what it does, now deal with it, right? So these abilities are extremely easy to understand, right? Because assuming you have eyes and you're paying attention, when the Pokemon comes out, it literally says, yo, this guy used this ability and it just did that. So they're very, very easy to plan around and to understand what's happening because it tells you immediately. So here are some examples of active abilities. So Intimidate, when you send out a Pokemon, it lowers the foe's attack stats. More on stats later, right? Drizzle, if you send out Pokemon with this ability, it makes the field rain. And we'll talk more about that later, right? Electric Surge is an ability that when you send out the Pokemon, it creates the electric terrain when it enters a battle. And Neutralizing Gas is an ability that essentially stops the abilities of all other Pokemon that are in the battle, right? So all of those abilities that I just described to you, they activate instantaneously. The only thing that you need to do to set off the ability and to activate it is to actually send in the Pokemon into battle. Make sense?
Type shit.
Gotcha. And if at any point you have any questions, you need to interrupt me, feel free to interrupt me and ask any questions. If you feel like I'm going too fast or you don't understand something, let me know.
Oh, no, of course, but everything is understood, bro. It's not a single thing that's confusing.
Excellent. Good. That means I'm doing a good job. All right. So passive abilities are a lot more complex, right? But at their core, they more change the attributes of a Pokemon and how it interacts with other moves, abilities, weathers, and effects, right? Some of them can only be activated upon certain conditions being met, but these are all potentially extremely important over the course of a match, right? So here's some examples of passive abilities, right? So immunity, it prevents a Pokemon from getting poisoned. We'll be talking about poison status and status conditions later. No guard. This ability ensures that any attacks used by this Pokemon or against this Pokemon will always hit. Adaptability, which powers up moves that are the same type as the Pokemon using the move. Armor Tail, which prevents the opponent from using priority moves. And Anger Shell, which lowers your defense and special defense stat and raises your attack, special attack, and speed stat when your HP drops below half. Now, I know from the first ability and the last ability, that sounded like a crazy difference, and that's just power creep in Pokemon. But that just goes to show, like, how complex some of these passive abilities. Like, one of them is just like, oh, you can't get debuff by this certain debuff, and then the other one, you need a PhD in astrophysics to understand. So it can be a lot, but so long as you like take your time, read the text boxes, and understand what's happening on the screen, if you encounter it in battle, you'll be fine. We'll cover this more when we talk about moves, but every move in Pokemon is assigned a certain priority, meaning how fast it goes, and we'll discuss speed and priority later, just in case you were wondering about that, right? But to give you an example of how abilities interact with each other, I've got a pictured example for you, right? So let's take the monstrous, demonic, destroyer of worlds, apocalyptic legendary Pokemon, Kyogre, right? So Kyogre has the ability Drizzle, which I aforementioned earlier, which is an active ability. And as soon as you send this out, it causes the battlefield to rain, a torrential downpour that is, very, very difficult to withstand and to stop, right? And if you decide to place alongside it the much less menacing and very, very cuddly and kind Horsey, you can activate this Horsey's ability called Swift Swim. Swift Swim is an ability that doubles the speed of the Pokemon that has it, but only when it's raining. So if you put Kyogre with Horsey, then Horsey gets a little bit faster, which is really cool because, we like Horsey and he's cute and that's awesome, right? All right, moving on, right? So we've got stats and natures, right? So all Pokemon have stats and all Pokemon have natures. And the stats are what will largely determine how a Pokemon will operate in battle. Typically put, a Pokemon is going to do one or two things. It's either going to be offensive, meaning it's trying to kill you, or it's going to be defensive, meaning it's going to either try and kill you very, very slowly, or it's basically just going to kind of waste time and be on the field for no reason, and you're going to be confused and annoyed as to why it's even there in the first place. We'll get more into that when we talk about stalling later, which is demonic. So all stats are divided into 6 categories. We've got HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. Right? Let's continue. So, furthermore, all Pokemon have IVs and EVs. This is going to get a little technical, but stay with me. I've got an analogy that fleshes out for you. So IVs are individual values. They are assigned to a Pokemon randomly within the code of any Pokemon game to set each stat range from a range of 0 to 31. 0 means the lowest possible values for a stat, and 31 means the highest possible potential for a stat, right? EVs are effort values. They are also assigned to every single stat, but you get EVs depending on what Pokemon you are KOing at the time, right? So to make that all make sense, because it sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook and doesn't make any sense, right? Imagine that you are training to run, right? Do you like running?
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. Okay, that's excellent. That's good. That's good. That's good. Like, okay, you run all the time. That's excellent, right? So this is perfect. That's perfect, right? So let's say that you are running to run a 5K, right? The more you run, the better you will get at running. Agreed?
For sure.
So that is you increasing your EVs, your effort values, right? You run, you get better at running, you get better at breathing, your form gets better, you just become a better running, right? But the sad truth of the situation is you will never be faster than Usain Bolt. Ever. You're just not going to. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't like to talk down on people, but you're just never going to be faster than Usain Bolt. And it is because Usain Bolt is just not only is he training just as hard as you might be for a race, but he is also just genetically superior when it comes to that specific statute of athletic ability. He is just an amazing runner. He's got a great stature, he's got a great physique, and on top of that, he's got great technique that he has trained, right? So that's essentially the difference between EVs and IVs, where EVs are a Pokemon increasing its stats specifically by doing something. IVs are essentially a cap on the Pokemon at birth. So let's continue, right? So here's an example of stats, right? So there's our good friend Gengar again. This is the ghost poison type. You may remember him from 45 seconds ago. I hope you do, else you might have the memory of a goldfish, but hopefully you do. And these are its stats, right? So it's got a base stat total of 60 in HP, 65 in attack, 60 in defense, 130 in special attack, 75 in special defense, and 110 in speed for a total of 500. That 500 at the bottom is its base stat total. The higher the base stat total, the stronger the Pokemon, pretty much every single time, right? A Pokemon like Charmander has a base stat total of around 275, if I'm correct off the top of my head. Gengar, as you can see, is significantly stronger than it, right? And if you take a look at its stats, we can make some conclusions as to, what the Pokemon is good at. So the Pokemon has a really, really high speed stat at 110. You might not know like what makes a high speed stat, but if you just look at the bar, you see it's green, you see it's OD far on the diagram, you can tell that it's pretty high, right? But it's got pretty low defense stats while having a high special attack stat. So this is an example of a Pokemon that wants to fight you, it wants to hit you, it wants to kill you, and it wants to specifically use special attacking moves to hit you and kill you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, excellent. So now let's get into natures, right? Natures will dictate how high a specific stat can grow in a Pokemon, right? And they work in tandem with IVs and EVs to give you the full rounded Pokemon stat spread, right? And in order to promote Pokemon diversity, these natures were introduced just to create like an insane amount of variance in how crazy a Pokemon can be at its absolute maximum when it's min-max, right? So essentially natures are extremely important as well in specific Pokemon to Pokemon matchups, and that might not make any sense to you now, but it's going to make sense to you here. So this is one of my favorite Pokemon. This is Haxorus, right? On the left, we have a Haxorus with a hasty nature, and on the right, we have a Haxorus with a brave nature, right? The hasty nature increases your speed stats, but lowers your defense stat. And the brave nature increases your attack stat while decreasing your speed stat, right? So, if these Haxoruses were to fight against each other in a battle, it's essentially going to come down to who can one-shot the other first, because they're both dragon types, and dragon is weak to dragon, right? If you use a dragon type move against a dragon type Pokemon, it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to be super effective damage, right? So, in this specific scenario, if the name of the game is which Pokemon can one-shot the other faster, which Haxorus do you think is going to win the battle? The one on the left or the one on the right?
You repeat the question one more time?
I got you. If the name of the game is who can one-shot the other faster, which Haxorus will win the battle? Is it the one on the left or the one on the right? Based on the information that we've talked about and what is given to you right here in this example.
Could you repeat that question one more time?
No worries, right? So, between these two Pokemon on stream, they need to one-shot each other. If the... Hold on, let me rephrase the question. Right? Let me rephrase this question. Let me think. If you were about to get in a fight with an alternate version of you, would you rather be equipped with a knife or equipped with a gun?
Knife.
A knife?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want a gun?
No, because I could throw a knife faster than a speeding bullet. Why would I need a gun?
All right then. So, assuming that you can break the laws of nature and throw knives faster than a gun shooting a bullet, that's completely fine. Speed, that's perfect. Speed is the main differentiator in making your decision there. So, which of these Pokemon do you think is faster?
Like faster how in the bedroom or?
No. Faster in the battleground. This is life and death here.
Oh, the battleground type shit, life and death.
Indeed.
It's hard to say. They're just so different.
It's okay. If you're having a little bit of trouble, that's completely fine. This is a bit more of a complex question. It's completely fine, right? But the Haxorus on the left would win a fight against the Haxorus on the right because they are both going to use a dragon type move against the other, which will be super effective and will KO the other Pokemon, right? But since the Haxorus on the left has a hasty nature that is increasing its speed stats, it will be faster than the one on the right, meaning it'll get the drop on him. He'll get the jump on him, right? He's going to take out the knife. He's going to ting, and he's going to get rid of him, right? Does that make sense? Excellent. All right, let's continue. So, in order for a Pokemon to have its highest possible attack stat, it needs to have a nature that is plus attack. And the following is a table of all the possible natures a Pokemon can have. And you can utilize this table to help you, min-max your Pokemon when you start to understand stats in Pokemon a little bit better, right? So as you can see in this table, think of it kind of like a Punnett square, right? If a Pokemon has a bold nature, it'll increase its defense, but lower its attack. Do you see how I got that?
Yeah, I see.
Gotcha. And if a Pokemon has a modest nature, it'll increase its special attack, but lower its attack stat. Do you see how I got there?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So a Pokemon with the calm nature, what will that do?
It'll have more special defense.
As well as?
Like less attack.
Yes, exactly. Spectacular. Excellent. You're learning. You may not even think it, but you're a genius now. Well, you're almost a genius. You're not a genius like me, but you're a budding genius. Have you watched Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah.
You're like going to Killua right now, but I'm like Netero, Like you're not there yet, but you're nice still. So good. This is excellent. Right, let's continue. So, with all the Pokemon knowledge that we've acquired up to this point, we're going to be deducing the archetypes of specific Pokemon, right? So let us begin, right? Here we've got Mr. Alakazam, right? A Gen 1 Pokemon, nice guy, very, very popular guy, right? This is Alakazam. These are Alakazam stats. And my question... Say again?
Why does he have 2 spoons?
I promise you don't want to know. All right. With that being said, those are Alakazam stats. Do you think that Alakazam is a fast sweeper? That basically means, he's trying to kill Pokemon. He's trying to kill Pokemon fast, Do you think he's a slow, bulky sweeper, meaning he still kills shit, but he's just like a little bit slower? Or do you think he is a big defensive, tank supportive Pokemon by looking at his stats and deducing? If you need any help deducing the base stats board, let me know. I'll be more than happy to give you some hints.
I think he's a fast sweeper.
Excellent. That is correct. Alakazam is a fast sweeper. How did you get that?
B stats, special attack stats, I guess.
Exactly correct. His special attack stat is really, really high, and his speed stat is also really, really high. But his HP stat, which you know what HP is, you play video games before, and his defense stat are really, really low. His special defense stat is pretty good, meaning if you hit it with a special attacking move, it might not do as much damage. But if you hit it with a physical attacking move, and you hit it on its defense stat, it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to have no HP from when it gets hit in the first place, right? So you're correct. Fast sweeper, right? Now, this is Sneasler. You know, very, very prolific Pokemon battlers. They're not a big fan of this guy. He's kind of an asshole, right? But this is Sneasler. This is Sneasler's base stats. Do we think that Sneasler is a fast sweeper, a slow, bulky sweeper, or do we think he's a bulky, supportive, tanky Pokemon?
That's a he.
Oh well, I'm just saying he is really all it. Pokemon can have any gender, but it's
oh. Okay. From the looks of it, they look like C.
C. You think it to be a bulky supportive Pokemon?
Nah, you know, never mind. I think A.
A? Okay, that's correct. That's correct. This is another fast sweeper. As you can see, its speed stat is really, really high. You see it's really, really far in the green. And its attack stat is really, really far in the green, right? So just like Alakazam, this is a fast sweeper. But as you can see, its special attack stat is really, really low. In converse, Alakazam's special attack stat was really, really high, but his attack stat was low. So this is an example of a fast sweeper that hits with special attacking moves. And this is an example of a fast sweeper that hits with physical attacking moves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's continue. This is Blissey. This is Blissey. If you've watched the Pokemon anime, you might have seen this guy before. If not, it's completely fine. But this is Blissey, right? And these are Blissey's stats. Do we think that Blissey is a fast sweeper? Do we think it's a bulky sweeper? Or do we think it's a bulky, supportive, tanky Pokemon?
I think it's a slow, bulky sweeper.
Okay, okay. Fair, fair, fair. And I know it could be a little bit confusing since its special attack stat is pretty decent.
Actually, no, I'm tripping. It's a bulky support.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
It don't get the sweeper status.
Exactly, exactly. It's very, yeah. Not only is it slow, even though we can have Pokemon that sweep that are slow, but its special attack stat, even though it's at 75, that's not really high. To give you an idea of an attacking stat that's pretty high, or just a Pokemon, if someone says they have a high stat, it's normally around 90 or higher, right? If a Pokemon has a stat that's lower than 90, people don't really consider that stat to be high. As we can see, Blissey's special defense is 135, which is way higher than 90, and its HP is 255, which is astronomically higher than 90. So this is an example of a bulky, supportive Pokemon. Make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, let's continue. So this one's gonna be a little difficult, okay? Don't feel bad if you get this one wrong, because many people in your chat, if they don't play Pokemon, they're going to get this one wrong as well. So next up, oh, actually, no, actually, it's gonna be the next example. It's gonna be the next example. This one's actually pretty straightforward. All right, this is Baxcalibur. He's a little ugly, but you know, you got that cousin that's like kind of just ugly. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we still love him though.
I don't know why you...
And that's Baxcalibur. You know, he a little ugly, but we still love him. You know, he's like that one lovable cousin. He a little chop, but we still love him. You know what I'm saying? This is Baxcalibur stats. Do we think that he's a fast sweeper? Do we think he's a slow, bulky sweeper? Or do we think he's a defensive, supportive Pokemon?
I think he might be like the bulky sweeper.
Exactly. Correct. You can see that, you know, also, by the way, if I didn't explain bulk in that makes sense, bulk basically just means like defensive. You know what I mean? Like, when you think of someone who's bulky, you think of someone who's big, right? So that's Caliber, that's correct. It is a slow, bulky sweeper. As we can see, its speed stat is 87. That's not 90. And the fast sweepers that we saw earlier have speed stats that are way above 90. So we know this thing isn't fast, but we see that it's got pretty decent defense. It's got 92 defense. It's got 86 special defense. That's not terrible. And we see that it has like a lot of HP as well, which is another defensive stat. but it's got a ridiculously high 145 attack stat, right? This is an example of a slow, bulky sweeper, meaning he's not going to get to you fast, but if he gets to you, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. It's kind of like if you were about to get run over by like a tractor, you know? It's not moving as fast as like a freight truck might, but you know, if it still hits you and runs you over, it's still going to be incredibly painful. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let us continue. So this one is going to be difficult. If you get it wrong, it's completely fine. If you get it right and you see through it, then you're well on your way. So this is Incineroar. These are Incineroar stats. Do we think that it is a fast sweeper, a slow bulky sweeper, or a bulky supportive Pokemon?
Yeah. I want to say it is a slow, bulky sweeper.
Right. So here's the thing. This guy is actually a bulky supportive Pokemon. And looks can be deceiving. So even though you might be able to see the Pokemon and you'll be able to see the stats, it doesn't truly put everything into context, because you may be asking, well, Greg, like what the hell are you doing? Like, it's slow, it's got high defensive stats, it's got a really high attack stat, and it's got a good HP. Like, this looks kind of similar to Baxcalibur. Like, why is it not a slow, bulky sweeper? And I'm going to explain that to you, right? Because going into our next section, the entire context of what a Pokemon does can only be finalized with moves. So, moving forward, right? These are the lifeblood of every Pokemon, and this is essentially where all of the intricacies and the depth of Pokemon comes into play, right? Everything I just told you about Pokemon with their stats, their natures, their abilities, all of that, it basically means absolutely nothing without moves, right? And there are hundreds of moves with different effects and stipulations. So playing the game and learning as many of them as possible is highly, highly encouraged, right? But one thing that can, ease some of the stress and some of the overbearing, stimulation of this topic is that all Pokemon can only use 4 moves at once. So they can have access to a lot of different moves, but they can only use 4 moves at once. Think of it like your pockets, us men, we have really big pockets, but we can't put a car in our pockets, so to speak. You know what I mean? We can only put a select amount of stuff in our pocket, just like in the same way a Pokemon can only have a select amount of moves. Make sense?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so moves are split into 3 different types. There are physical moves, there are special moves, and there are status moves. Right? Makes sense. So this is where that physical and specials coming in. When I was talking about a Pokemon's attack stat and its special attack stat, when a Pokemon is using a physical move, it's coming off of its attack stat, right? That's going to kind of decide how much damage the move's going to do, right? But if it's using a special move, it's coming off of its special attacking stat. And in inverse, if a Pokemon's getting hit by a physical move, its defense stat is going to be making up, the defense that it's going to do. And a special move is going to be, is going to be hitting a Pokemon's special defense stat. So are you familiar with like RPGs? Have you played like any RPGs or anything like that? Or maybe have you played League of Legends?
Yeah, I played RPGs before.
Right.
Yeah.
Think of it like armor and magic resistance, right? You got armor to stop someone from putting an axe to your brain, and you've got magic resistance to stop someone from setting you on fire with lightning or something like that, right? And then we have status moves, right? Status moves are where it gets a little bit complicated, but we're going to break it down. We're going to make sure you understand it, right? So, on top of that, all moves have accuracy and power points, also abbreviated by PP, right? So, all moves have a numerical accuracy, and it's especially important for pretty much any move that you want to use against an opponent that uses damage, which is a lot of moves, and pretty much every move that you're going to use is going to be a move that you use explicitly on or towards the opponent, right? But not all of them, right? All moves have PP, meaning you cannot spam moves infinitely, right? So there are some really, really strong moves that are really, really broken, but they have a low amount of PP. So you can maybe only use them 5 times, right? And there are moves that are a little bit weaker that don't really do a lot, or even status moves that don't do damage at all, that have a lot of PP, meaning you can use them a lot. And then there's moves that somewhere fall in the middle, right? Makes sense so far. Any questions?
Right now?
Yeah, any questions right now?
Are there any Pokemon that you have sex with?
An excellent question. Let's see.
Yeah,
you
don't have to answer now. Just keep going.
I don't have to answer. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
All right, so here's an example of a move. This is Breaking Swipe. It's a dragon type move. As you can see in its category, it is a physical move. It's got a base power of 60, which is basically like the flat number of like how much damage it can do before any, modifiers. It's got 15 PP, and it makes contact. Contact is, really, really like niche. We can talk more about contact when we get into battling it if it comes up and stuff like that. But that's besides the point, right? But contact and whether or not a Pokemon move makes contact is very, very important when it comes into certain abilities, right? So one of the passive abilities in a game, there's one called Iron Barbs, where essentially it's kind of like Iron Thorns in an RPG, where if you hit the Pokemon with a move that makes contact with it, the Pokemon does damage to itself. So think of it like you hitting the stove when it's on high and almost burning your hand off, but you quickly move your hand away, you're like, damn, that hurt. Why did I do that? That's essentially where contact comes into play, right? And we'll talk about contact later on with a specific item, but we'll get into that, right? It's also got an accuracy of 100, right? So a move accuracy, it can range from 0 to 100. So that's obviously the percentage, right? So obviously a 0 accuracy means you have a 0% hit chance to hit, and 100% accuracy means, or 100 accuracy means you have a 100% chance to hit, right? So what do you think 75 in accuracy would mean?
That you have 75 accuracy?
Yeah. But that would be a 75% chance to hit.
All right.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Exactly. Perfect. Sorry if I didn't phrase that question well, right? So here are some special moves, right? So I'm going to give you an example of one of my favorite special attacking moves, right? I just showed you an example of a physical move. Here's a special move, right? This is Hyper Beam, right? So I'm a real big fan of Hyper Beam because it is essentially an apocalyptic laser that lays waste and leaves not even an ash behind of the opponent. It's very, very cool. It's one of my favorite moves to use, right? This is an example. It's a normal type move. It's a special move, and it has a base power of 150. Now, compared to Breaking Swipe that we just saw earlier, which had a base power of 60, that's a lot higher. And that's before any modifiers or anything that can make it even stronger, right? However, if we look at the PP, we see that it only has 5 PP, meaning you can only use it 5 times. Whereas if we go back to Breaking Swipe, it's a much weaker move, but you can use it 15 times. Does that make sense? So yeah, the weaker moves, you can use them more often. The stronger moves, you use them less often. Think of them like a super in a fighting game. You're not gonna be level 3 or have max bar in Street Fighter the entire game. You gotta build up to it, right? But you can also cash out and do like level 1 supers if it's good for like the situation or combo. I don't know if you play fighting games like that, but yeah. Basically, yeah. So this is an example of a special move, right? Now getting into accuracy, right? We see that it has 90 accuracy on Hyper Beam, right? What does that mean?
90 accuracy, that you got a 90 separate chance. 90% chance of hitting.
Right? Exactly. Excellent. You're catching along, right? So I want to tell you something very, very important that may seem a little bit confusing, right? There is a difference between a move having 100 accuracy, meaning it has 100% accuracy, and a move that never misses, right? That's where it's a little bit niche, but it's still important for you to know, right? So this is Aerial Ace, right? If you look at its accuracy, do you notice how it says infinite and not 100, right? This move, it bypasses the accuracy check entirely, right? So there's certain moves that you can use that can lower a Pokemon's accuracy or moves that you can use that can raise a Pokemon's evasiveness. Evasiveness is also a stat in Pokemon, but it's like a hidden stat. It's not one that is attributed to like every Pokemon in their base stat total, right? Because every Pokemon's evasiveness is like a flat number that increases or decreases based on moves that are used against the Pokemon or on the Pokemon, right? So Aerial Ace doesn't care about any of that. Aerial Ace, no matter how many times you lower the accuracy of a Pokemon or raise the evasiveness of a Pokemon, Aerial Ace will always hit because it bypasses the accuracy check. Whereas Hyper Beam, if you lower Pokemon's accuracy once or twice, bring it down 1 or 2 stages, Hyper Beam is going to get really accurate. It's got a 90% chance to hit right now, so that's already not completely accurate. But if you lower Pokemon's accuracy once or twice, it's going to get pretty accurate. Now with Aerial Ace, it's hitting every single time without fail. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's continue, right? So now we've got status moves, right? So status moves are a bit different from typical damage moves because status moves can never be used to deal damage directly. It can be used to deal damage, but it will never be used to do damage directly, you know? So and we'll get into it, especially apparently when we talk about status conditions. But Hyper Beam is a move. I use it against you. I blast you with this unidentified foreign laser, and everything that was, you know, resemblance of you is completely erased from this realm of existence, right? That's what Hyper Beam does, right? Status moves, they don't do that. They don't do that. They do different things, right? So many status moves can apply debuffs to Pokemon that the community refers to as status conditions, right? But you can refer to them as STDs if you would like, right? STDs.
What?
Yeah, what I just said. You heard me. STDs or STIs. I suppose STIs is actually the more correct thing. Sexually transmitted infections, not diseases, right? So there are minor STDs and there are major STDs. You know, just how there are some STIs that are curable.
No, wait. I thought we was running about Pokemon. How does turn into fucking sex ed again?
No. We are. But I'm just turning into something that that you could easily connect it to. I mean, you know what gonorrhea is, right?
Easily connected to. I don't have no damn gonorrhea.
Right, you don't have it, but you know what it is. Do you know?
You think I'm up here just talking niggas? I got syphilis, gang. You think I'm out here just infected?
No. Of course not. But you know what it is.
Yeah, I know what it is, but I just feel like, oh, of course you would know what that is. What do you mean by that? Of course I would know what that is.
Well, of course you would know what that is because you are
syphilis or something.
No, because you're a very educated young man who's been educated on, the sexual body and everything that can come into the risk with sexual interaction. No.
Oh, for sure. You're definitely real educated though. You got a good head on your shoulders. I appreciate you.
And you are as well. You're a very intelligent young man. Let us continue. So, these are some of the major status effects, right? So, we have poison, right? Poison will do, I believe it's 1/16 of a Pokemon's HP every single turn. So, if a Pokemon has 16 HP, every time poison will do 1 damage, right? So, there's poison, and then there's badly poisoned. So, badly poisoned, it starts at doing 1/16 of your HP, and then it doubles the damage. So the first time, it'll do 1/16 of your HP. The second turn, it'll do 1/8. Then it'll do 1/4. Then it'll do 1/2 until eventually your Pokemon succumbs to poison and it dies instantaneously. Right? We don't want to get hit with moves that badly poison us. It's very, very, very bad, right? So then we have paralysis, right? Paralysis, not only does it slow a Pokemon, but it also gives a Pokemon a chance to not be able to move, right? So I believe, I can't remember off the top, I think it's a 1/3 chance every turn for you not able to move, something like that, right? But paralysis, pretty bad, but paralysis is really just going to slow a Pokemon down and stop it from moving and attacking, but it's not going to outright kill a Pokemon, right? But it's still a major status effect, right? Next, we have being burned. No pun intended with the sexual metaphor that we brought up earlier, right? Burned, it does a flat amount of damage every turn. I believe it's like 1/16 or 1/8 of your HP every single turn, right? But when a Pokemon is burned, its attack stat is lowered, right? So oftentimes, people will try to burn a Pokemon that's like a physical sweeper because it'll make them a lot weaker and make their attacks do less damage, right? But this does not stop a Pokemon from moving at all. Just like with poison and badly poison, If you're burned, you can still move just as fast as you normally would, right? And now we're getting into the stuff that you really do not want to get hit by, right? Freeze. Being frozen completely prevents a Pokemon from being able to move at all. You can't move, you can't attack, you can't do anything, right? Now, if you get frozen, say again?
For like just one turn, or is it like
it could potentially be indefinitely. It could be for one turn, or it could be until the Pokemon dies. Because with freeze, there is a chance every single turn that your Pokemon might thaw out. And the chance of you breaking out is actually extremely low. So it's not great. But if you have a fire type Pokemon and use a fire type move, you can increase the chances of you breaking out of freeze. There are some moves that honestly just break you out of freeze entirely. But if your Pokemon that isn't a fire type gets frozen and you don't have any fire type moves, you can basically just give up that Pokemon and just let it go. But it's very, very OD. It's very, very broken. But luckily, freeze doesn't really come up that often. Moves that actually have a chance to free you, they aren't all that popular. Moves that can poison you or paralyze you or burn you, they're everywhere, right? And the last one we have is sleep, right? So sometimes our Pokemon, they're not trying to get to the money, they're not trying to get to the bag, and they go to sleep, right? Or they just get put to sleep. Say again?
How often do you get burnt?
How often do I get burnt? Are we talking about in real life, or are we talking about in Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Gotcha. And just for clarity's sake, I've never had an STI in my life as well. So
you didn't have to say. I was sure.
Understood. Right. So, when it comes to being burned, since a lot of the Pokemon that I really, really like are physical attackers, my Pokemon get burned a lot, and it's very, very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating, right? But sleep is probably the effect here that happens to me the most when I play Pokemon, right? That boy Johnson, thank you for the follow. So when you get put to sleep, right, your Pokemon has a chance every turn for 4 turns to wake up, right? So we can get put to sleep for 1 turn, and then on the very next turn, he wakes up, he's locked in, he's fighting again, right? Or he could be asleep for 4 turns, and then on the 5th turn, then he wakes up and decides he wants to, right? But there's a maximum amount of time that you can stay asleep, right? You will never be asleep indefinitely or forever. The Pokemon might die before it gets to wake up, but at the very least, if the Pokemon survives for 4 turns, it will wake up and he will be able to fight, right? So those are all of our major status effects. Any questions about any of them?
No, I'm good. We can
okay, cool. All right, now these are minor status effects, right? So there's confusion, which essentially doesn't affect like your speed stat, but it gives your Pokemon a chance while it's confused to hurt itself. And the stronger your Pokemon or the higher its attack stats, the more damage it will do to itself. There's infatuation, which is essentially like your Pokemon falling in love with another Pokemon. And it makes it really, really hard for your Pokemon to hit the Pokemon. I mean, think about someone that you love. Like, I'm sure you love, like, your mother, your father, so you love them very much. You wouldn't want to hit your mother and your father, because you love them, right? In the same way, Pokemon do not want to hit other Pokemon that they have been, beseeched by and infatuated with, right? There's Leech Seeded. So there's a move in Pokemon called Leech Seed where every turn it drains HP from the Pokemon. And then there's Being Cursed, which is an effect that only Ghost type Pokemon can put onto Pokemon that is essentially like badly poisoned. It just does a bunch of your HP every single turn and it only gets worse and worse as time goes on, right? Now, the reason why I have distinguished major status effects and minor status effects is one very, very, very important rule of Pokemon when it comes to combating these things, right? You can never, ever be given more than one major status effect at a time. If a Pokemon is burned, it cannot be frozen. If a Pokemon is asleep, it cannot be paralyzed, and so on and so forth, right? But a Pokemon can be burned and confused. A Pokemon can be frozen and Leech Seeded. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So the stuff that's really, really bad, you at least have to deal with one of them at a time. But the stuff that isn't all that bad, you could deal with on top of the stuff that is really bad or with each other. And it gets, if that happens, you can just let it go. Because that's really, really bad. It sucks, right? So I'll give you some examples of some status moves now, right? So this is Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is an electric type move. It's an electric type status move that has 90 accuracy, meaning it has a 90% chance to hit. And upon contact, Thunder Wave paralyzes the Pokemon. It does no damage. It just paralyzes the Pokemon, which stops them from moving a third of the time and lowers the Pokemon speed stat. Super simple, makes sense. That's Thunder Wave, right? I'm assuming no questions on this one.
Nope.
I bet. Right. So another important part about status effects, right? Attacking moves can also apply status conditions as well, right? So I'm gonna show you another one of my favorite special moves that applies a status effect, right? This is Ice Beam. So Ice Beam is essentially a laser of foreign frozen material that completely eviscerates the opponent and leaves almost nothing left besides perhaps an icicle in the shape of what used to be their body, right? An Ice Beam has a 10% chance to freeze. It has a 90 base power, meaning it's pretty decently high, and it has 100% accuracy, meaning that if a Pokemon's accuracy isn't lowered, it's gonna always hit. On top of it having a 10% chance to freeze, right? This is one of very, very few moves that can actually freeze. So there's not a bunch of moves that people are running around with that can freeze you or anything like that. But just know if you get hit by Ice Beam, there's a 10% chance that your Pokemon will be frozen. And from that point on, you can kind of just say goodbye. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let us continue. So, moving on into chapter 6, which is items. This is going to be the easiest thing to understand. All Pokemon can only hold one item, and items can provide a varying amount of effects to the Pokemon, whether it's buffing them, debuffing them, and there's lots of items that interact with specific moves and abilities, right? But it's really simple. You don't got to worry about 8 billion different natures or Pokemon stats or all that. All Pokemon hold one ability or hold one item. That's it. A Pokemon can only hold one item at a time. That's it. So here's the example, right? This is the Assault Vest, right? The Assault Vest increases your defense and your special defense stats, but you can only use moves that are attacking moves. So you can't use status moves if you have this Assault Vest on your Pokemon, right? So an example of a Pokemon that might want to use this is like the slow bulky sweeper, Baxcalibur, the ugly dude that we compare to, like, you know, the cousin at the family gathering who's kind of ugly but we still love him. That's Baxcalibur. He likes to put this on. He puts the vest on because it makes him even bulkier, but he still does a lot of damage, right? That's the Assault Vest, right?
He'd be putting that shit on.
Exactly, he'd be putting that shit on. It's precisely, exactly. So, this is the King's Rock. When a Pokemon holds this ability, if it uses a move that makes contact, if you remember we talked about, you know, moves that make contact come into play with certain abilities and items. If you use a move that makes contact while holding the King's Rock, there is a 10% chance that the Pokemon will flinch. Flinch is essentially when you hit a Pokemon before they get to move, and it stops them from being able to move for that turn. It's really, really annoying when it happens. It's not as bad as paralysis because there's a low chance for it to happen, whereas compared to paralysis, it's a third of the time, and you have to use a specific move in order to flinch Pokemon normally. But with the King's Rock, any move that you use that touches a Pokemon has a chance to flinch, and it can be really, really frustrating, right? Moving on, we have the Choice Specs, right? So the Choice Specs, they're a pair of very, very interesting glasses that a Pokemon can wear.
Follow.
Say again?
You keep going.
All right, bet. So here we've got the Choice Specs, a very, very interesting pair of glasses that a Pokemon can wear that will increase its special attack stat, but the Pokemon can only use the first move that it uses, right? So Gengar, the big ghost purple guy, the demon looking guy that we talked about earlier, he will wear the Choice Specs on because he uses special attacking moves, and then he'll lock himself into specifically using one special attacking move, which will be, you know, really, really, you know, constraining because you won't be able to use any other moves unless you switch the Pokemon out, but it'll make that move very, very strong. It's kind of like that Bruce Lee quote, I think it's Bruce Lee, where he says, "I fear not the man who has practiced 1,000 kicks one time, but the man who has practiced one kick 1,000 times." You know that saying? Maybe not.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Okay, word. Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? I'm there.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, what's
Okay,
up?
Perfect. Let's continue. I thought I lost you for a second.
I'm kind of like I'm lagging crazy right now.
Okay, wait. If at any point
All right, now I should be good now.
Yeah. If at any point you start lagging, just tell me stop or just let me know, right? So that's the choice specs, right? Here's another example of an item. We've got the life orb, right? So the life orb, what it does is it increases the amount of damage that a Pokemon does, but every time that it uses a move that does damage, it takes away, I believe it's 1/10 of their HP at the time, right? So if a Pokemon with 100 HP is holding a life orb and it does an attack that does damage, it will take away 10 HP from the Pokemon, right? And one of my favorite items, even though, I do not engage in any gambling or illicit activities, one of my favorite items is the loaded dice. We'll get into the loaded dice momentarily. We'll talk about that soon. So here are some common item pairings. So this is where we're going to kind of bring everything together. So we're going to bring, the Pokemon and their stats in mind, and we're going to explain why Pokemon use certain items and, why. We're going to break that down, right? So you remember this guy? This is Blissey. This is the slow, bulky, supportive Pokemon, right? So Blissey, even though Blissey seems very, very sweet and very, very nice, Blissey is actually very, very evil.
What's his name?
This is Blissey. Blissey with an L, not Bussy. Not Bussy. Blissey with an L. I know, people get confused with that all the time, right? So this is Blissey right here, right? Blissey oftentimes holds this item. This item is called the Leftovers. And the Leftovers increases your max HP by 1/16 at the end of every turn. So Blissey, since it's a bulky supportive Pokemon and is trying to use a lot of status moves, it'll use the Leftovers so it can make use of its, crazy bulkiness to stay alive even longer. Does that make sense?
Type shit.
Right. Type. Right. So here's another one. Now, remember this guy? This is Alakazam, the guy with the spoons that you want to know why he has them. This is Alakazam, right? Alakazam oftentimes will hold the choice specs. And even though it'll only be able to use the first move it clicks, it'll increase its insanely high special attacking stat, which we saw, it was really, really high. If you remember, if you don't remember, it's fine. But just know it was really, really high, right? And this is Mousehold, right? So Mousehold is a family of mouses that are able to utilize the power of reproduction against the opponents through their move Population Bomb, as well as the loaded dice, right? So Population Bomb is a move that can hit 10 times in a row. But there is a chance for every single time that Population Bomb can hit, right? So it'll always hit one time, but the chance of it hitting 10 times, each hit, it has a separate accuracy check, and the accuracy gets lower and lower and lower and lower, and then it's very, very uncommon for Mousehold to be able to hit all 10 hits of its moves, right? But the loaded dice, it very, very specifically ensures that all moves that hit multiple times will hit at least, I believe it's 3 times, right? As well as flattening the odds for any hits that the move might be able to do afterwards, right? So essentially, Mousehold can hold this item to increase the chance of Population Bomb hitting 10 times, which will exponentially increase its damage potential and pretty much one-shot like anything on the field, right? Does that make sense? This one's a little complicated, but this just shows how deep, like the item pairings and Pokemon moves can go. This is like,
oh my gosh,
some of the most intricate. Damn, my fault.
I'm sorry, I'm talking to you. My bad.
I was like, damn, my fault. No, you get. All right, let's continue. All right, so this is the last chapter. This is advanced battling concepts. So we're gonna take everything that we just learned, and we're gonna show you some scenarios, and we're gonna describe them, and we're gonna talk about how all of this plays out. A Pokemon, its stats, its moves, its items. How does that all play out, and how you're going to create a strategy in order to battle, right? So, strategy number 1, we have stalling. By utilizing certain combinations of Pokemon and moves, you can create a viable strategy that surrounds exhausting the opposing Pokemon of all of their PP, causing them to struggle or succumb to status effects, right? So, if you remember PP, that's the power points of a move, right? Every Pokemon cannot use their moves forever, right? And when a Pokemon has 0 PP in all of the moves, which is very, very rare, it doesn't happen often, but it can happen, that Pokemon will then be forced to use a move called Struggle. Struggle is a move that has no type, which is, I know, is really, really weird, but it's a move that has no type, and it can hit any Pokemon, but it does pitiful damage, and it does a lot of damage to the Pokemon that's using it, right? So essentially, if your Pokemon is forced to struggle, it's basically dead. It's basically dead. It's like leaving someone on the side of the road who's lost all of their limbs and is currently on fire. Like, they're basically gone, right? So that is what struggling does, right? Here's an example of stalling, right? So here's who we believe to be our good friend Blissey, right? So Blissey seems all nice and cuddly and sweet. Wrong. Blissey is evil and demonic. Very, very bad dude, right? Blissey holds this item, the leftovers, which gives it more HP every turn. And on top of that, it utilizes soft boiled, which is a move that heals it. Toxic, which is a move that applies the badly poisoned status effect to an opposing Pokemon. Protect, which is a move that stops any move from doing damage to you. It's basically, if a Pokemon uses Protect, you can stop all damage from hitting you, right? But you can't use Protect over and over again, because as you use Protect simultaneously, or not simultaneously, if you use it consecutively, the chances of Protect working goes lower and lower. So you can't, like, you know, spam Protect over and over and not get hit, right? You gotta use it sparingly. You can use Protect every other turn, but you can't use Protect back to back to back to back to back. Make sense? And then on top of that, it'll use the move Seismic Toss, right? So, with all of this being shown, why is Blissey so evil? And I'll explain it to you, right? So Blissey, a Pokemon that is hard to kill, can use Soft Boiled and bring its HP back to full. It could then use Toxic on your Pokemon, which every turn will do more and more damage to your Pokemon because it applies the badly poison status that we talked about earlier. So it'll do 116 HP, then 1/8, then 1/4, then 1/2, and then your Pokemon will just die. It can use Protect, which can stop you from hitting the Blissey and getting it taken out and getting it off the field so you can win the battle. And then it can use Seismic Toss, which is a very, very special move that only does damage based on the level of the Pokemon. So if this Blissey was level 72, it would do 72 damage. And the reason why Blissey uses this move is because since Blissey's attacking stats are really low and it can't do damage, it needs to use a cheese move that will make it do a decent amount of damage based on its level. And all of these moves, combined with the Pokemon and its item that it's holding, creates a Pokemon that sits on the field. It literally lives forever because it's impossible to kill it, while it poisons your Pokemon and stops you from being able to literally do anything. It just kind of slows the battle down to a halt. It's very, very unfun to fight, and you just kind of die a slow death. And it's really, really sad. And it's unfortunate, right? So, stalling, very, very evil. If you want to stall and you want me to put you on with some stalling strategies, we can do that, and we can really ruin some people's days. But we don't want to do that because it's not fun to watch for the viewers, and it doesn't feel good to win with stall. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward, right? This is a much more, you know, socially acceptable, right? We've got setup and sweep, right? So setup is very, very powerful in Pokemon battles. You can utilize a variety of different moves, items, and abilities to buff your Pokemon and give them the ability to one-shot the opposition, right? So here's an example of if you want to do a setup and sweep strategy, right? So this is one of my favorite legendary Pokemon, Mega Rayquaza, right? So as you can probably imagine, this Pokemon is very, very strong. Oftentimes we will give Mega Rayquaza the Life Orb. If you remember, the Life Orb, it does damage to the Pokemon every time it attacks a Pokemon, but it increases its, you know, how much damage it'll do, right? These are Mega Rayquaza stats. So as you can see, it does not have a single stat below 90, meaning it's really, really strong. If you had a hard time figuring out what type of role this Pokemon is supposed to play, I would understand, because it can pretty much do anything. But as you can see, its attack and special attack stat are literally ridiculous and are almost off the screen. This is an attacking Pokemon. This is a fast but still really bulky sweeper. Most of the time, sweepers that are bulky are not fast. This one is, right? So we'll give this Rayquaza the move Dragon Ascent, right? This is a move that you don't really got to know what it does. It's a damaging move. It does a lot of damage. It's one-shotting everything, right? We'll give it Extreme Speed. If you remember when we discussed priority, right? Extreme Speed has 2 increased stages of priority, meaning oftentimes it will go first, right? So Dragon Ascent, right? That has no priority, but Extreme Speed has +2 priority. So if you use Dragon Ascent against this Rayquaza, but this Rayquaza use Extreme Speed against your Rayquaza, say you're doing like a mirror match or something like that, the Extreme Speed move would come out first, right? And if you remember Protect that we talked about earlier, which stops Pokemon from taking damage at all, that move has a +4 stage of priority. Nothing is faster than Protect. You will never hit a Pokemon if Protect gets off. It's just over, right? So it'll run Extreme Speed, Dragon Ascent, Dragon Claw. I mean, it's a Dragon Claw, it's a Dragon type Pokemon, it's a Dragon Flying type Pokemon, so you know Dragon and Flying type moves it's gonna have. And then it'll have the move Swords Dance, right? This is where the setup comes in, right? So Mega Rayquaza can use the move Swords Dance, which increases its attack stat by 2 stages, right? So it basically doubles its attack stat. As you can see, its attack stat is 180. If it doubles its attack stats again, it's gonna be a really, really big problem. So sometimes they'll use Swords Dance and they'll set up a little bit, and then they'll use Extreme Speed, because Extreme Speed is really, really fast because it has a higher stage of priority, meaning you'll basically click Swords Dance one time and then click Extreme Speed, and you'll be extremely strong and faster than everything, and you'll one-shot them before they can attack, right? That's an example of a setup and sweep, right? And lastly, we have the weather words, right? So as I mentioned earlier, certain abilities and moves can set up weather, and you can use a combination of these Pokemon to create really solid weather-related strategies. Did you say something? Did I miss something?
All right, well, I got a question. You know how many slides we got left?
Oh, this is this is like the last slide.
This last slide? Okay.
Yeah. Right? So, this is the second to last slide. So this is the example, right? So an example of like if you want to use weather, this is Pelipper. He holds a Focus Sash, which stops the Pokemon from getting one shot. He has the Drizzle ability, and it'll use this move called Tailwind, which basically doubles the speed of all your Pokemon. In combination, it will fight with this guy named Mega Dragonite. When rain is up, that move Thunder, it never misses, even though it has a normally really low accuracy stat. And Hurricane is the same thing. It's a flying type move that never misses, but specifically when it's raining, right? So you'll want to make use of these extremely powerful moves, but only when a Pokemon like Pelipper is on the field, because it sets up the rain. This will be like a double battle example, right? And that's it. Do you have any questions?
I think that's it, man. I'm just ready to lock in with this gameplay, man.
All right, word. That's word. All right.
You know, put this theory in execution.
Absolutely. So if you want, you can pull up Pokemon Showdown, and then I'll view your screen, and then we'll do some humble Pokemon Showdown coaching. Hopefully that lesson was very, very informative, and you learned a lot about the basics of Pokemon. I know it got a little bit complex towards the end, but that's basically all you need to know.
It's cool. You know, I didn't need to know much. I was locked in the whole time, comprehending, understanding. Honestly, I'm surprised there wasn't a multiple choice at the end, because I know I would have nailed that out the park. You know?
Exactly. This is the multiple choice. You doing your battling. This will be it. Do you have an account on Pokemon Showdown?
Yeah, I made an account specifically. Wait, actually, no. Do I have an account?
It's okay. It takes like 2 seconds. Like, I don't think you even need to confirm your email. Greg, when you drop in the OF, okay. Never.
That's a good question. When are you doing it?
I don't particularly have a timeline on when I would be dropping in OnlyFans. I currently don't have any plans for it, but if I do, I'll make sure that you're the first to know.
Appreciate that, man.
Absolutely, my pleasure. All right. So so how do I didn't explain certain specific like gimmicks. So I kind of want to go to format, and do you see in the upper right hand corner where it says randomized metas?
Yeah.
Click that drop down tab, and scroll down and click Gen 4 Random Battle. The reason why I have you clicking this one, this is an older generation of Pokemon, but there's not going to be a lot of like crazy Pokemon doing crazy like moves and stuff like that. And the later generations of Pokemon, they have gimmicks like Terrestrialization, which lets you change the Pokemon's type, Mega Evolution, Z moves, and Dynamaxing. That's a whole bunch of stuff that we didn't even get into, because if we got into all that, we'd literally be here for like 8 hours. So I didn't want to, completely inundate you with information, right? So we'll do some Gen 4 random battles, and then you can click battle and you'll find a random opponent. It'll happen very, very quickly. Hopefully. I don't know. Most people are playing the newer generation of like battling. Oh, there you go.
Okay, hello.
Yeah, I know. My fault. All right. So this is Ambipom, right? What you're fighting against is Frostlash. That's an Ice Ghost type Pokemon. So Dark type moves are super effective against Frostlash. You should click Payback.
Now, tell me why I should hit Payback.
Well, if I'm being really for real with you, you really shouldn't pick Payback here. You should probably use a different Pokemon. But I'm keeping it simple for you so you can just understand the basics of dealing damage and why certain moves you should click. You should not click Return, Fake Out, and Low Kick, because since Frostlash is a Ghost type Pokemon, it is immune to all normal and fighting type moves. Payback is super effective, and it's also the only move that this Ambipom can use against this Frostlash.
Oh, so that's why we use it in this case?
Exactly.
But ideally, I would prefer to have a Pokemon that's at the elemental advantage, right?
Precisely.
At the bare minimum.
Exactly. So something like Torkoal, which you have down there, which is actually a fire type Pokemon, would actually be really, really great against this guy.
But if I switch Pokemon though, that's gonna make me lose my move though, right?
Exactly. You'll lose a move, and the Frostlash will get a free hit.
Okay, but okay.
So you can take the risk. So it used Thunder Wave. Okay, this is great. It used Thunder Wave, a move that we talked about. So now your Torkoal is a lot slower, and there's a 1/3 chance that it won't be able to attack. But it was never going to be faster than this thing anyways. So you actually did an amazing job switching out there. Good job. Now click Lava Plume. That's a fire type move. It's super effective. Right now, he's setting up status moves. See how much damage you did? That's good. Go ahead and click it again. He's using status moves, right? He just set up spikes on the ground. Basically, every time you switch in a Pokemon that isn't a flying type Pokemon, is going to take damage from the spikes that are on the ground. Think of it like laying a bunch of Legos in front of someone's bed, and when they get out of bed, they hit the Legos, right? Okay. That's Latios. This is a legendary Pokemon, right? So Latios, let's see. Latios, you don't have any moves that are super effective against this Latios on this Torkoal right now. As for what Pokemon you could use against it, you definitely don't want to use Victory Bell, and you probably don't want to use Smeargle either. I would say just keep the Torkoal in and click Earthquake. Use Draco Meteor. Ooh, interesting. Super effective. Oh, I forgot. Okay, perfect. Right. So that Latios has the ability Levitate, right? So Levitate is an ability that makes any Pokemon that has it immune to ground type moves, right? So you use Levitate and you use so you use Earthquake, which is a ground type move, and it didn't affect that Latios because of its ability, right? So that's an example of abilities interacting with moves, right? Now, I know I kind of led you astray here. This Torkoal is going to die, but it's okay.
I have to let it die?
I mean, you can, because it's paralyzed and it's got low HP. It's not going to be able to do anything either. So you can just click Explosion, and if somehow it does get a move in, it'll kill the Latios, but we'll see. I use Draco Meteor again. Okay. So, as you can see by the red bar underneath the Latios' stats, let's see. Oh, let's figure out what we're going to send in. Send in Ambipom here. Send in Ambipom here. I'm going to show you. Actually, yeah. Send in Ambipom here. I'm going to show you something really, really interesting, right? So, don't click anything yet. That move, Fake Out, right? It's a very, very special move that you can only use the first turn a Pokemon is out, right? But it has priority, and it will always make the target flinch, but you can only use it the first turn the Pokemon is out. It's a normal type move, though, so if he switches into Frostlash, it won't affect the Frost Slash, and you'll basically waste a turn. But if he keeps the Latios in here, then it won't. Then it'll finish the Latios, and you'll get some free damage in, right? I know this is like getting into layers and stuff like that. Me personally, I would click Payback here because since Latios is part Psychic type, it'll still do damage. And if you switch it into Frost Slash expecting Fake Out, it'll do a lot of damage to the Frost Slash as well. I know that's a lot of layers there. You just did a level 2 mix up basically. Most times when a Pokemon that people know has Fake Out comes in, they're like, okay, let me prepare for the Fake Out and stuff like that. All right, looks like he didn't switch out. He used Roost. Interesting. Roost is a move that increases Pokemon's HP, but not by a lot. Click Payback again, he's going to die. He's dead.
Oh, no, he switched out.
All right, cool. He switched into Absol. That's completely fine. That's completely fine, right? You see, Absol is a dark type Pokemon, and you have Low Kick. Low Kick is a fighting type move, and fighting type moves are super effective against Absol. See how when you pull it up, it says super effective at the bottom of like the move description?
Yeah.
Exactly. Go ahead and click Low Kick. It'll do a lot of damage. It might not kill, but yeah, it's close. It's using Swords Dance, right? This is completely fine. You are faster than this thing. So even though it's increasing its attack stat, you're going to kill it anyway because you're faster because it's not increasing its speed stat. So go ahead and click Low Kick again. So it used Sucker Punch.
I got fucking one shot.
All right, so
not one shot, but
so Sucker Punch is a move that will go first, but only if you use it against a Pokemon that hit an attacking move.
I'm kind of scared, bro. I'm getting digged down right now, man.
You should be. Quickly send something in before you get timed. Send in the Arceus. Send in the Arceus at the top. You got the timer, so we're gonna have to click moves very, very quickly. Go ahead and click Judgment. Click Judgment. Click Judgment.
Now, why did I use Judgment?
Because it was gonna be a move that was gonna kill this thing instantly and get out the way. And also, you only have 10 seconds to choose your time since you set the timer. That's another thing about Showdown. People set the timer. They don't really care if you're new and you need time to think. Go ahead and click Judgment again. You got Thunder Wave. That's completely fine. He's dead. See? Smooth. So now you got 2. Now it's 4 against 4. Sheesh. He's gonna send in Latios here. Not gonna lie, the Arceus might die here if it stays in. I would just click Judgment because it might not. We can see. Yeah, use Roost, unfortunate. Okay, so you got a crit. You got some damage in. He's banking on your Arceus being parried and not being able to move on one of these turns, so he can go back to full health. You can keep clicking Judgment until that happens. It's up to you. You don't really have much of a choice here. Yeah.
I was paralyzed.
Exactly. This is kind of like a strategy that people use. Once paralyzing a Pokemon, they kind of just like heal up to full health because eventually your Pokemon won't be able to move.
Yeah, I'm getting stalled out insane.
Exactly, you're getting stalled. If you want, you can switch in Blastoise. Blastoise has a super effective move in Ice Beam against this guy. He used Calm Mind. Okay, so it just raised its special attack stat and its special defense, meaning Ice Beam is going to do a little bit less damage. You can click Ice Beam, or you can click Roar, and that will force this Pokemon out of the battle, and it'll reset its stat changes. So you can try doing that. Since you're probably not going to kill it this turn. Use Draco Meteor. Okay, you survived. You roared it out. That's a little unfortunate. And he's sending Garchomp. Oh! Yo, this is actually very, very unfortunate. Well, this Blastoise is probably going to die. I'm not going to lie. Oh, you lost it. You lost the inactivity. Yeah, it happens. But yeah, so Showdown is moving really, really fast and stuff like that. So it can be a little bit hard. Yeah, I know. This is going to be like the hyperbolic time chamber for you though. So like the battles are gonna move fast, but you can get into a battle instantly, really, really quickly. You can just get reps. Understand that you're gonna lose before you win, and it's completely fine. And if you or whenever you play in this tournament, if I'm available, I'm super down to coach you and just like help coach you through the moves, or you can do it completely of your own volition. That's up to you.
Might ask for like if I'm running a certain kind of set, I might ask, okay, like how do I balance this out? Like balance out this team.
Exactly.
Like what's effective.
Exactly. I can help you. I can help.
I probably won't like if I'm doing PvP. I'm probably not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ring you in like, hey, do this. I probably should. They're not gonna let me do this.
No, for sure. But I'm definitely more than happy to help you construct a team that's like balanced and can deal with a lot of different threats, and it'll be strong. But yeah, it's interesting watching someone battle because they're seeing Pokemon and then like they don't know how dangerous the Pokemon is. It's very, very interesting. You clicking Roar there. I see the reason why I told you to click Roar is because I thought he was gonna get greedy with the Latios and click Calm Mind again to increase his stats. You just challenge yourself. Oh, actually, you know what?
Damn, I can't fight myself.
Nah, you can't.
I'm my own greatest enemy.
This is true. If you want to get into a battle faster, we can change the format to be Gen 9 random battles, but just know there's going to be a few new things that we will have to discuss. Just click random battle at the top left corner. That'll immediately set to Gen 9. All right. You're going to get into one pretty much in the next 10 seconds. There's a lot of, yeah, here it is. Okay, so.
Yeah,
well, yeah, that's a legendary Pokemon. You're up against another legendary Pokemon. Oh my god. Okay, let's see what we have. We got Feraligatr, Vaporeon, Superior, Scrafty, Ho-Oh. What is this gonna click? Maybe it's like freeze dry. Terrasilize, that allows you to change your Pokemon to its Terra type. Deoxys is already a Psychic type Pokemon, but the reason why its Terra type is Psychic is because it makes its Psychic type moves even stronger if you do that. Me personally, I would click Focus Blast here because it's super effective against Creon. But we don't really know what this guy's going to click here. Okay, so he knew you were going to click Focus Blast, and he switched into a Ghost type that we didn't know he had. You can click Dark Pulse here, because Dark Pulse is super effective against Ghost types. You can do that if you want. Okay, it did a lot of damage. Let's see if you die here. You set up Stealth Rocks. Okay, so that's basically going to do damage to all of your Pokemon when they switch in. And it's going to do a lot of damage to flying type Pokemon like that Ho-Oh. So we want to be very, very careful.
It's going to do damage to flying types? How?
It's rocks. I can't explain it. It just does. The spikes, I know they appear on the ground in like the game, but the Stealth Rocks are actually in the air, whereas the spikes are on the ground. Click Dark Pulse again, though. All right, cool. He's switching to Blastoise. All right, so didn't do a crazy amount of damage, but it's fine. Right here, I'm not really sure what this guy's about to click, so I can't really be completely certain to tell you what to do. If you want, you can switch into Superior because it's a grass type and that's strong against water type Pokemon. It used Hydro Pump. See, so it used a water type move, but your Superior resisted it, which is good. Can you hover over your Superior with your cursor, please?
Yeah.
All right. So you see how its attack stats, how it's got attack 164. You see how it says 224 speed.
224 speed.
Yeah, at the end it says like speed SPE and 224. That's its speed stat.
Yeah.
So if you hover over the Blastoise, you can see that its speed stat will be 116 or at the lowest and 171 at the highest. So your Superior is always faster than this. Click Leaf Storm. That will kill this Blastoise if it stays in. It did not. He switched into Gardenia. That's fine though. This is still going to do a lot of damage, right? So your ability, contrary, it reverses the effects of stat lowering and stat raising abilities, right? So Leaf Storm normally lowers your special attack stat, but since you have contrary, it increases it. So now your Superior is even stronger. Can you hover over the Gardenia for me? The little mouse guy?
Yeah.
It's 228. Hover over your Superior again. So this guy's going to be a little bit faster. I'm not going to lie. Click Leaf Storm again anyways. It used Nuzzle, so he's going to paralyze you. That's a little annoying. But if you hit through it, it's fine. It's dead.
Oh.
See? W.
Nice.
He's probably going to send in the Kyurem guy, which is the first guy he sends in. Because that's an ice type, and it's really, really strong against Superior. And you're paralyzed, and he's going to basically be able to one-shot you if he sends in. And there he is! Okay. So... Let's see. This is probably going to use an ice type move. You can send in either Feraligatr or Vaporeon. They're water types, and water types resist ice type moves. So go ahead and send in... Let's send in Feraligatr. Yeah, let's see how this does.
Stronger defensively as well.
See, it used Ice Beam. Okay, it still did a lot of damage. This is a legendary Pokemon. It's going to do a lot of damage regardless, right? So... What move do we click here? This is a hard one. You can go ahead and click Ice Punch. It'll do some damage. This thing's not gonna be able to kill this thing, but it'll do some damage. Maybe you'll freeze it. Nope, unlucky.
Oh,
Well, this thing's just kind of dead. Sometimes you just concede a Pokemon to get something else out that's more of like a threat. Your superior, you didn't want it to just like die, so you can go ahead and just Ice Punch. No matter what you click on this for alligator, it will die because it barely has any health. Cure is broken. Let's see. Go ahead and send in. Hover over the Kyurem for me, the big dragon guy that he's using, and hover over your Scrafty. Ooh. Go ahead and send in Deoxys. Alrighty. Now click Psycho Boost. I think he's gonna switch here, and if he doesn't, it'll still do a lot of damage. I just don't want you to click Focus Blast again, even though it's super effective, because he might switch into Golurk and make your Focus Blast do no damage. But if you use Psycho Boost here, unless he has a Dark type, which he could, this thing's dead. It's dead. Goodbye. See how but you see that little 0.5 times XPA under your Deoxys?
Yeah.
That's a move that lowers your special attacking stat. This is Passimian. It's a Pokemon that's weak to Psychic type moves. You can low-key click Psycho Boost again, but it might not kill because your special type's been lowered. But you can use it if you want. It might low-key kill it. Oh, it almost did. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Go ahead and just click Psycho Boost again. Oh, okay. So it terrestrialized into a ghost type, making him, or into a dark type, making him immune to all dark type moves. We obviously didn't know that was going to happen. It could be very hard to deal with. Just go ahead and send in Scrafty. Quickly. You have like 8 seconds. Scrafty to the left of Ho-Oh. That guy. All right, now click Drain Punch. If you're faster than this thing, which I'm not sure, you won't die. Okay, you died. Well, this is an example of the setup and sweep strategy. He's set up using Bulk Up, which increases his attack and his defense stat, and now he's really hard to kill. Send in Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh on the far right. That guy. Ah, unfortunate. Yeah, inactivity.
I lag spike.
Oh, good. No worries. It's okay. Remember, this is all learning. I wish like we could just get someone in chat to play you and not put on the timer, so you could just like play and take some time to like understand. Because people on the ladder, they don't know you're learning and they don't care. They're just gonna like put on the timer and they're gonna click moves.
Chat, who wants to play this shit? Somebody, who wants to play this shit?
Ask someone in your chat.
Just open this shit up and let's just play. Let's just run a game.
You got anyone in your chat?
Hernandez, thank you for that follow. I appreciate you, my nigga.
Brett,
shout out Mingo for that follow. There, but that's for that follow. I appreciate y'all, man. Fresh shit.
All right. Brett, thank you for the 5 months, by the way. Appreciate it, Brett. And Edible One, thanks so much for the 6 months.
We just saw your buns.
Ooh.
I wanted you to see that.
Ooh. You got anyone in your chat to play you?
Who got the game? Who got it down?
There's someone in my chat that says they're down to play you. Chaos 7230. You here? You down to play? You willing to do that, Chaos? Yeah? Okay, bet. You're gonna play against my homie Chaos, right? Chaos, what's your username?
I'm just Boxy Brown with the zeros as O's and shit.
Oh no!
I mean, the O's are zeros.
Yeah, no. We know who you are. We're trying to figure out what Chaos's username is because I'm gonna have you send a request to him. All right, type in Chaos 7230 and find a user.
Chaos 7230.
Click open. All right, click challenge and scroll up, and then click challenge, and that'll send that'll send a random battle request to Chaos. Chaos, for the purposes of this, please do not set the timer, and don't ghost chat. You know that's lame. But I'm sure you wouldn't do that since you know this guy's new to Pokemon. All right, so Infernape is a fire fighting type. That's a fire normal type. If you want, you can be aggressive and click close combat, because since it's a fighting type move, it's super effective against normal types. It'll be super effective against a Pyroar. If it hits that Pyroar, it will kill it instantly. So you can go ahead and click that if you want. And since he knows that, he might switch, but he might not. So I guess we'll see. He decides to switch. This might still die though.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, for you strong.
Like a water type or something?
That was a water type, yeah. But you didn't use a fire type move. You used a fighting type move.
Oh, a fighting type move.
So and that's neutral effective against water types. He just sends in Poliwrath. This is another water type. I would get him out. This Poliwrath is not going to die if you click close combat. Send in Victory Bell. That's a grass type. It'll do a lot easier. It'll do a lot better into this thing. Oh, see, that's good. He used a water type move. If that hits your Infernape, it would die instantly. If you want to kill this thing, you can click Power Whip. If you want to like potentially kill it, you can click Power Whip. If you want to get a little bit stronger and then do it, you can click Swords Dance. Since it's likely he'll switch this turn because he's scared and doesn't want to get his Poliwrath one shot. So you can click Swords Dance if you want. And would you look at that? He did. Now, the hard part is he switched into a Pokemon that's going to be a little bit difficult for us to hit for a lot of damage because we don't have any moves that are super effective. You can try clicking Sucker Punch, but if you keep this thing in, it might die to whatever that guy uses. So, it's up to you.
Shit.
Okay, you survived. Okay, so you can click Sucker Punch again, and if he clicks an attacking type move, you'll hit him. If he doesn't and he switches, then Sucker Punch will fail. But if he clicks an attacking type move and Sucker Punch hits, you will kill this thing and it will die. I'm certain of it. All right, he didn't use an attacking move. He used Sticky Web, so that's a move that's gonna slow down all your Pokemon. Go ahead and just click Sucker Punch again, because he needs to either take the Sucker Punch and let it Arios die, or do something, or switch his Pokemon out.
Oh, shit.
So this is fine.
That shit got me to 1%.
Yeah. So. Well, because I think you're hovering over your Victory Bell. It's holding the Life Orb, I think. Yeah, it's holding the Life Orb. So this Magearna is probably just gonna kill you. You're at 1% HP, but I don't want you to click Sucker Punch because I feel like he might expect that and start setting up. So click Power Whip.
Okay.
And he did it indeed. I was correct. Excellent.
Oh, fuck.
Excellent. He used the status move. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, that's good. We got a little bit of damage in. If you want to kill this thing, hover over your oh my god. This might be a bit of a problem. Send it Infernape. And we'll see if it's still faster. The Sticky Whip is gonna slow down your Infernape a little bit. Hover over Infernape. Okay, you're barely faster. You're barely faster. Click Close Combat. He's switching to Poliwrath. This is going to do a lot of damage still. Yo, this thing is a monster. Oh my god. Okay. Go ahead. Hover over Dipplin.
Dipplin.
Yeah. Go ahead and send in Dipplin. This is a Grass Dragon type. He's going to resist the Water type move that this guy's about to use by a lot. You use it. It's going to see no damage. See, I know what I'm talking about when I'm right. So
you're right.
There's a lot of stuff that you could do here. Just click Giga Drain. Click Giga Drain. If he switches into something else and it doesn't do a lot of damage, it's fine. Because you forced him to switch, which is good. Whenever you force a Pokemon, force someone to switch, it's usually a sign that you're like, you have tempo. What's this about to do? Oh, get this guy out of here. But I don't know who to send in. Hover over Arcanine. The big dog at the bottom of your screen, Arcanine. Oh yeah, that's right. You got dark mode. It's lit, isn't it? Go ahead and send in Arcanine. Oh yeah, definitely send in Arcanine. So you see how you've got the spikes in the sticky web at the bottom? Arcanine is holding an item called Heavy Duty Boots that stops him from taking damage from any hazards on the field. He just used a move called Pain Split, which reverses your HP stats, which is really, really cringe. Go ahead and click Flare Blitz. It'll probably die if it stays in. So go ahead and click Flare Blitz. Okay. Yeah, it'll probably die. The reason why I had you switch that turn is because he's a Fairy Steel type and your Diplin's a Grass Dragon type. Fairy is super effective against Dragon, so he could have clicked the move and one-shot your Diplin instantly, and we don't want that. Okay, he switched in a Fire type, which is going to resist this, which is fine. You get a little bit of damage in. Oh, yeah, click close combat. It's dead. Yeah, are you faster than it? Hover over it. 237. Oh, you're not faster. Oh, you didn't die, though. Okay, W, it's dead. It's alive? It's fine. What? Click extreme speed. Remember, that's a move with heightened priority. So it's gonna hit him unless he also uses extreme speed. He didn't. He's dead. So, see? Simple. See all the stuff we talked about is compounding and is like coming back up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly kind of great that it's happening that way.
I didn't. It'd be different in execution because obviously I would have known that unless you had told me to do it. But I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just have to run some just some solo stuff with zero advice and then just see how I do it my own.
Exactly.
I have to
hover over the Poliwrath.
173.
Hover over your Arcanine. Unless he has another move that's similar to extreme speed that makes him go first, you can click close combat and probably just kill this Poliwrath. So just go ahead and click close combat. It's alive? Oh, that's tough. Well, it's dead. It's fine though. You're at like 2 HP. You did more damage than you would have if you clicked extreme speed. Ooh.
Yo, Kiwi Forward the Prime sucks.
Now what do we do?
Appreciate you.
Go ahead and send in Diplin. This will be fine. Click Giga Drain again. If he switches into Magearna, the beginner's really low HP. It might die. If he stays in on Poliwrath, the Poliwrath will die. Okay, he's back in on Magearna. I forgot his Magearna healed a lot, so never mind. This is not going to do much. This is where things get a little bit dicey. So, Infernape, if it was at full health and it wasn't going to be affected by all these hazards, it might be okay. This is a hard one. Go ahead and send in Infernape. Let's send it. Yeah, we can send it.
You can send Infernape?
Infernape, yeah. Go ahead and send Infernape. It'll take some damage from the spikes. And then, okay, it's... Okay, yeah. He's okay. Well, he would have one-shot you, Diplin.
You think it just dick me down? Good lord. In broad daylight?
Let's see.
All right.
How do we kill this thing? Might Loki be cooked. Seems pretty strong. It's another mythical legendary Pokemon. Try sending in Braviary. We're basically wait. Click Terrasilize. And I'll explain to you in a moment, right? So, Terrasilize is going to change this Pokemon's type to being Steel, right? Steel resists Fairy. The last move that it used was a Fairy type move. It's very, very likely that it's going to use another Fairy type move and still resist Fairy. So, Terrasilize and change your type to Steel, and then click Brave Bird. The Brave Bird probably won't kill, but you probably won't die. Okay, smooth.
That was rather effective.
He clicked Flash Cannon. That's a Steel type move, but I accounted for that. It resisted it anyways. Click Brave Bird again. If he stays in, it's dead. If he switches into Poliwrath, the Poliwrath is dead. So, unless he switches that last Pokemon that we haven't seen. Okay, he didn't. So we picked up a kill. Excellent. Good work. Palmont. Ooh, unlucky. Okay. Actually,
Unlucky.
this might be fine. This might be fine.
Absorb, natural cure, iron fist.
So this thing is an electric type, meaning it's gonna be
strong against flying types, right?
Yeah. But you're steel type right now. But it's also electric fighting. So in fighting, it's super effective against steel. I don't know what this thing's gonna click here. If I'm being honest with you, I would just let the Braviary die so we can get Dipplin in without taking free damage. Because Dipplin walls out these next two Pokemon, and he can. I'm pretty confident Dipplin can continue this battle. So just click Brave Bird, and if he doesn't kill you, you get some damage in. But just know that. Okay, yeah, he used close combat. Okay, this is fine though. This is fine though. Hover over Morpeko. Actually, Morpeko's definitely gonna die. Just send in Dipplin. Alrighty, so he's gonna be slower, but more likely than not, this thing will not be able to kill you all that easily. Click Giga Drain here. Giga Drain will drain some HP.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake buns, fuck nigga.
Yo,
what you say though?
Click Giga Drain. Oh. So this is a move that is special to this guy. He's got a move called Revival Blessing, which you can use one time to revive one of your Pokemon, and he just revived his Magearna. So it might be kind of cooked now. It's unfortunate.
Kind of cooked.
Yeah. Click Giga Drain again, though. It is what it is. Yup. Oh, it brings back at 50 HP? Yeah, you might not be able to kill this thing, though. Yeah, because your Morpeko is weak to fairy type moves too, so it's gonna die either way. Your Morpeko can beat the Poliwrath, but it can't beat the Magearna and the Palmot. And your Dipplin can beat the Poliwrath and the Palmot, but it can't beat the Magearna. Just go ahead and click Giga Drain. This is just unlucky. He used Pain Split. Oh, he's actually being a bastard. It's unfortunate. There's not really much you can do here because you've like exhausted a lot of like the resources that you could have used to fight this Magearna, and we exhausted those resources killing it, and then he brought it back to life with a cheese move. It just is what it is. Revival Blessing is unlucky. It brings back a Pokemon. Even go ahead and just click. I don't even know. I guess you can click Sucker Puncher. Get a little damage in.
Good.
But yeah. And then we can send in Morpeko. Morpeko's not gonna really be able to kill this thing.
Do I have a Mewtwo build? Okay.
Click Aura Wheel. It'll do some damage. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Oh, that's cringe. How much damage does Aura Wheel do?
Oh my god.
Switch. Okay. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Oh, click. Oh my god. What do we do here? Click Aura Wheel again. Okay, he's living. All right.
I'm dead.
Unfortunate. All good.
No.
All good. This guy plays Pokemon. I played with him before. He's pretty good. But it's all good. It's all good. We learned a lot. Got some reps in. It's completely fine. Go ahead and click rematch. We can play them again.
So, I mean, obviously, I know in a real game, it's just random or whatever the case is.
Right.
But goddamn.
Oh wait, no, click cancel. Unfortunate.
Oh shit.
You just got in a match with a different person. Click the X on the tab right there, and on the random battle tab right there, and then just forfeit the match. And then click challenge right there, and then you'll challenge Chaos again. Pokemon did that was the Carrington.
Very unfortunate.
Okie dokie.
Y'all look unfortunate. Fuck.
I mean, if you want, you can click Earthquake. It'll be super effective because this is a poison type. I don't really know what this Pokemon does. I'm be honest. So I don't really know what this guy's gonna do. But you can just be aggressive and click Earthquake.
Earthquake.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's sensing Drifloon, knowing that you would click Earthquake, and sensing a Pokemon that is immune to Earthquake. That's unfortunate. It's okay.
Okay.
He's playing with knowledge that you don't. He's also playing with knowledge that we don't have, because he is 100% using a certain Chrome extension that you can put on Showdown, which shows you all of the moves of the opposing opponent, and also shows you how much damage your moves will do. So it's a little bit annoying. So he can't see all your Pokemon, but he knows that your Gastrodon has Earthquake, Sludge Bomb, Recover, and Surf, which makes it hard because you have no idea what moves this Drifloon could have, and I don't know because you don't have the extension. But it's fine. It is what it is. Just go ahead and click Surf. Yeah, Carrington, it's a really, really good extension. Oh, he's gonna set up. Alrighty, so we're not gonna be able to kill this thing with this guy. And I'm not sure what you're gonna be able to kill with this guy. This is actually kind of tragic. Hover over Decidueye.
Decidueye.
Hover over Incineroar on the far right. Go ahead and send in this guy. He might be able to do something. Air Slash. Oh, okay. He didn't do too much damage. Click Knockoff. He's going to do a lot of damage. Hover over the Drifloon. I want to see its speed stat. Okay, you're slower than it. So it's going to get to hit you again. I don't know what it's going to do, though. He's either going to switch or he's going to keep the Drifloon in. But if he keeps the Drifloon in, it might low-key die. Knockoff. Okay, he switched out. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's fine. Okay, smooth. So knockoff, it knocks off the item of a Pokemon, which is really, really nice. You're slower than this Okidogi. It'll probably kill you. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably gonna click a fighting type move. With that being said, send in Decidueye. Because if I'm right about it clicking a fighting type move, it won't affect Decidueye. So
okay,
you can go ahead and send it in. I might be wrong. I might be right. It is what it is. Ah, so it's designed to set up. Interesting. There's a bit of a problem. Wait, hover over default. Let me read that real quick.
Okay.
Oh wait, I didn't need you to use it. I need you to hover over it.
Oh shit.
Damn.
See, now my brain is
all good. No worries, no worries, no worries. We've done a lot of learning today. Well, this thing's
might
probably
be
dead
our
now.
last game for right now, though. We're gonna have to just have to try again and just
no worries.
Labbing like earlier. Do you stream tomorrow?
I could stream tomorrow. Yeah, I normally don't stream on Sundays, but I can hop on and I could help you out. Even if I don't stream myself, I can hop on and help you out.
You know, sure, yeah, I'm just saying you ain't got to stream. You know, should I just?
For sure, yeah, I can hop on with you. Go ahead and just like click Spirit Shackle.
Spirit Shackle. Oh shit.
Yeah, you do a little damage.
All right, we're going crazy outside right now.
All right, he's gone.
Now,
how do we kill this
Jason, thank you for that follow. I appreciate you.
Send in. Send in Gastrodon. Here's the thing. We're going to click Earthquake again. But if he switches into Drifblim, it's fine because he's going to reset his stat changes. If you want your Pokemon to have these increased stats that he got from using Bulk Up, you have to keep the Pokemon out. But if he keeps it out against the Earthquake, it's probably still going to do a lot of damage. Even if he does have his defense raised a little bit. It might not kill him, but it'll do damage. He'll definitely feel it. All right, he's sensing Scrafty. He'll do some good damage here. That's good. But what is he about to click? You know what? Fuck this guy. Just click Surf.
This trick is the...
What was that? That was an ad?
Yeah, some bullshit.
Yeah, go ahead and click Surf.
Video player. Surf.
Yeah. Okay. So you lost your leftovers.
Nah,
that
shit.
did 33%. Go ahead and click Surf again. Oh wait, he's got leftovers too? Using Bulk Up. Actually, this might still do a lot of damage. Yeah. Okay, bet. You can click Surf one more time. And he'll probably die. You might die. Oh, he used Drain Punch, which does damage and heals a portion of the damage that you do. So that's a little frustrating. Um, damn. I wish I had thought of this sooner. You could have Terra'd into. You could have used your Terrasilize, and you would have been a move that resists fighting, but you don't have the extension, so I'm not able to see all the moves that this thing is using. This is where like the information and the knowledge becomes like a big thing, because he basically has like an insane amount of info gap on you. Just click surf, or really on us, because even if I know what this Pokemon is, I don't know exactly what moves it has and all the potential possibilities. Click surf.
Sir?
Yeah. It is what it is. We can send in something to get a revenge kill probably. Let's see. Hover over the Scrafty. How fast is this thing? Hover over the Scrafty. Here's a Pokemon. 144. Hover over Conkeldurr. Your Pokemon. Ooh. Okay. Well, we just sent it in. So this will be interesting. Go ahead and click Mach Punch. We can see if we get lucky and it kills him. Mach Punch is a move with increased priority. Since you're slower than this Scrafty, you won't move faster unless you use Mach Punch. But Mach Punch is kind of weak, even though it moves first. But since he's weak to fighting type moves, it might still do a decent amount of damage. It might kill him. If he didn't have his defense stat raised, then I'd be much more confident in it killing. But we'll have to see. Just got home from a 10-hour shift at a fireworks store with a train wreck. Yeah, sounds about right. Ooh, he changed his type to be Terra Poison. Oh, yo. He's not making it easy on you. Oh, okay. You can click Facade. That's not gonna do a crazy amount. This might kill him. No way. Yeah. This is a problem. This is where setup becomes like really, really potent. As you can see, like how hard it is to kill this thing because he's got his defense raised and his attack is raised, so he's doing a lot of damage. Like this is where setup becomes nasty. Click Facade again.
Damn. There's no hand traps in Pokemon.
Hand traps?
Yu-Gi-Oh shit. But like, there's no way to stop the setup.
To stop, yeah, there are moves that you can use to stop the setup, but you don't have any moves that can stop the setup. Unfortunately, they're very, very specific moves. There's moves like Taunt, which basically stop a Pokemon from using status moves, and they can only use attacking moves. That's really, really good for stopping setup, but your Pokemon don't have that move. You can click Facade again though, and do a little bit of damage before this thing dies. Oh, maybe you got a crit. Okay, so it did some fine damage. Let's try Landorus. Hover over Landorus. Does it have a flying type move? No, it doesn't. Oh my god, this is tragic. Okay, use Earth Power. Yeah, use Earth Power. It might kill this thing from. Oh, it'll definitely kill this thing. He has a switch or let the Scrafty die. You might be a bit slower than it though. Hover over your Landorus.
You got a lot to switch to.
Oh, he's dead. Okay, bet. Cool. So you got rid of it. W. Hooray. He's got a lot he can switch to. That is correct. He's got Pokemon that we have seen and Pokemon that we haven't seen. He says in Drift Bloom. You can click Psychic. It'll do some good damage.
See my entire roster.
He can almost see your entire roster. He doesn't know that you have Bramble Gas yet because you haven't used it. But Bramble Gas is not stopping this guy. Or maybe he will. Hover over Bramble Gas. He's not ghosting. I asked him not to. He's an honest guy. He won't. But he's able to see everything that you're using the extension that he has. But he doesn't know what moves you're clicking.
The extension?
Oh, yeah, the Chrome extension. Yeah. If you want, I can stream a game to you and show you the extension and just how ridiculous it is. You can click Psychic here. Okay, that's fine damage. Oh, he's got Citrus Berry, Air Slash. Go ahead and click it again.
What, Earth Power?
No, Psychic. Earth Power is gonna do no damage to it because it's a ground type move. Oh my god. Okay. Switch Incineroar. He's playing like a bastard right now. He's using strength sap.
No.
Oh my god. This, welcome to stall. Welcome to hell. Click knockoff. It'll do some damage to him. It might not kill him. It'll do a lot of damage though. He sends in Iron Moth. Good lord. Ooh, that's good damage. Hover over Iron Moth, 217. Hover Incineroar. That's definitely faster than Incineroar. This guy, I mean, this guy's kind of a problem. I'm not gonna lie. He's probably about to click a poison type move. You can send in Landers. Ground resist poison. You can send in Landers.
Okay. Landers is out there.
All right, there it is. Now the hard part is that, oh yeah, well, I guess Landers might die. So the hard part is that if Landers survives, you could click Psychic and do a lot of damage to it, or Earth Power, which will definitely kill this thing. But if he switches in Drift Blim on Earth Power, then it doesn't do anything. But he's probably just going to use an attacking move. So maybe just click Earth Power here and we see if Landers survives. He switches into Mew. Okay, interesting. So we get some good damage in here. But this thing is faster than you. It's probably going to kill him. It's very, very unfortunate that you took so much damage from the move that he used and also got poisoned. If you didn't get poisoned, this wouldn't have been as bad of a situation, but you seem to be fairly unlucky. You're just like me. You can click Earth Power again, though. Using Aura Sphere. Alrighty. Go ahead and send in Incineroar, and we'll see what he can do. Alright, click Knockoff. If this Mew stays in and you hit it, it will die. Alright, it's dead. Boom. Alrighty. But he's at like 9 HP now, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Insane life lead.
Yeah, he's got a nuts life lead. You can click Flare Blitz.
Dead.
Yeah. And then Bramble Gas. This guy's got a bad typing advantage to this guy. You could click Terra Water. Click Terrestrialize Water. And then use Leech Seed. Oh my god, that still did that much damage? Okay, the crazy thing is, if you didn't click that, you would have died. But, oh my god. You can click Poltergeist. But I think it's kind of over. That Okie Dokie is way too strong. Oh, I forgot that Poltergeist only works if the opposing Pokemon has an item. Okay, smooth.
I knocked it off.
Use Substitute. This puts up a little guy in front of you that takes damage for you. Use Substitute again.
Shit.
You might low-key be able to stall this thing.
Does they get attack priority on Substitute or something?
No, you're faster than him. Use Substitute again. I think you have enough HP to make another one. Alright, you don't have enough HP to make another substitute, or hover over it. Hover over the move, but don't click it. 1/4. I don't remember off top. Just click Power Whip. Maybe you'll kill it. He switched. W. Oh, he got Static. Okay, Static is an ability that if you make contact with the Pokemon, there's a chance that you get paralyzed. So now this thing is so incredibly dead, it's not even funny. You can click Leech Seed again, though. Yeah, he's dead. Unfortunate. But a good battle. We got to learn a lot about abilities and how they interact with Pokemon and stuff like
that. Yeah. I would have liked to see how this would have worked in a winning scenario and not getting, like fucking status cuck the whole fucking game. But it's cool though.
Yeah, I know. It's frustrating, but that's Pokemon. That's Pokemon. It's big on knowledge and stuff. If you want, I can show you the extension that I was talking about that he's playing with. Before you go.
I would prefer next time to not, get dick, inserted in my jaw repeatedly over the course of 3 games if possible. Is that
Don't
possible?
worry. Yes, it is possible. We're gonna win next time. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to make sure.
I bet. Here, peep my screen real quick.
I just gotta put some reps in.
Yeah, for sure.
On my own, for sure. Then we could just get back to it.
Yeah. I know you gotta go. I'll just show you this extension real quick. If you peep my screen, I'll get into a random battle, and you will be able to see basically like what he is playing with against you. I should have told him to not use the extension. You see this thing on the right?
Wait, hold on. Yeah, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, right now I've got this Iron Boulder out. I'm able to see a Skunk Tank. I see what moves that this thing has because the random battle, like AI and Pokemon that it chooses, they all have a select amount of sets. So they're gonna run a bunch of different Pokemon, but they all have select sets that the Pokemon's gonna be running. So I can see the item that it has, the ability, the moves that it's using, how much damage everything's gonna do is ridiculous. So I can send in. I'm pretty confident he's gonna click knockoff here. So I can send in this Avalug who's gonna take. Or not this Avalug. I could send in. What was I about to send in? I can send in this. Whatchamacallit. Let's see. I can send in this guy, who is gonna take like no damage to it, or maybe he'll take a little bit. Let's see. I'll just send in this guy just to show you. He clicked taunt. Okay, well that's actually very unfortunate with the Pokemon I just sent in. But like you basically see like what's going on. Like you see how he clicked taunt, and I see that he had taunt here. That means I can account for it. I see it. I know that this is like the moves that he could click. I know that he could click Gunk Shot, Knockoff, or Sucker Punch here, so I can switch into a Pokemon that the calculator shows me doesn't take a lot of damage from those moves, like this guy. And if he doesn't click Gunk Shot, then it's fine. He clicks Knockoff, it doesn't kill me. Like, this is where like the information gap is like really, really insane here. I'm just gonna forfeit the battle because I'll just show you an example.
But I feel like it's just some competitive integrity, my nigga.
Yeah, it's yeah, right. You would think, but a lot more people are playing with it than you think. Like the guy that I was just playing against was 100% playing with it as well. It's kind of one of those things where it's how do I explain it? It's like if you showed up to the gym and you didn't have like a belt with you when you were lifting. You know, like a belt can assist you with lifting and help you with your form. And if you had to lift against somebody that had a belt, it would be more difficult. But since everyone has one and everyone has access to it, you can kind of just get your own belt. Like you could also just download the extension, you know. But that's if you really want to get into like doing ram bats and showdown battling in general. It's up to you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, Greg. You know, I appreciate you, bro, for helping me out in the presentation and whatnot.
Of course,
I
man.
think I have what it takes now to become. I don't got shit. I'm doo doo.
Nah, you got it.
Fucking toilet, nigga. I'm garbage in the goddamn bin, my nigga. I'm horrible at this shit though.
Nah,
but listen, though, we gonna get good though.
For sure.
And I will become a Pokemon master. I do believe that, bro. What happened one day, bro? What happened, bro?
Absolutely.
Bullshit. But we will talk again very, 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 very soon.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, man.
Of course, man. Had a fun time whipping it up for you. And I look forward to our next Pokemon training session. I'll catch you.
All right.
All right. Peace. Alrighty. That was fun. That was a fun little teaching session. I literally cooked up that entire thing within like the span of like an hour and a half, that entire presentation. But that was a fun slideshow. You get on Elden Ring. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to get back on Platinum, but it's like almost 1 a.m. So I'm low-key thinking about going to sleep. And we got like 24 people in here. Like people just were not down for like the whole coaching thing. So I'm thinking about ending. Let's see. Okay, so why the hell did that Magnezone no V create? It was random. Maybe I could play until Commander Mars, maybe? What y'all think? I'll play till Commander Mars and then I hop off after Commander Mars, maybe? I could do that. I could do that. What y'all think? Y'all wanna play Platinum to Commander Mars and then I'll hop offline? Yeah, we can do that. I told my shawty to leave because I was watching your screen. Bros over hoes. Go. Okay, bet. Okay, we're here. Okay, let's play some Platinum. So I made it through that last fight deathless pretty seamlessly, so that was nice. Alrighty, and now... what's the next battle? The next battle is against, oh my god, it's against a Smeargle. I already remember without even looking at it. Yeah, there it is. Do I have anything faster than this thing at all? The squad demos, right? Yeah. Slower. Except for Seeking. Seeking's the only thing that could be faster than this thing. And oh my god. This is actually so cringe. Okay. I can... wait, let me resync, because this thing is definitely level 26 now. Okay, so I can bring in Macargo, and I can use a Chesto Berry, and I can click dive. I could do that. I could do that to start off. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a problem. This is going to be a bit of a problem. Okay. This is a bit of a problem. This is a bit of a problem. I'm not entirely sure what I am going to do here. Let's see. What have I got in the box? I can evolve Lopunny, but I don't want to do that. I kind of want to save Lopunny for the gym. Dustox can't pick up a KO on this thing. It's going to click Dark Void immediately. I think I just lead Chestnut with a Chesto Berry and I Fire Spin. And then whatever Pokemon... oh, okay, hold on. I could have Carvanha out at the other slot. And I can ensure that this thing clicks Hidden Power Fighting. And then I could send in Coughing. Yeah, that actually might not be a bad idea. Yeah. That's just not a bad idea. Okay, that's such a good idea. Because it'll always hit Hidden Power Fighting because it sees a KO on Carvanha with it. This is nice. And then after that, I don't really know what I'm going to do after that. I mean, I guess after that, when I KO the Smeargle, it'll bait in this guy. I'll probably bait Bagon. And Bagon, dang, he got hands. He got hands, low-key. I might have to put that Bagon down with Fire Spin. None of my Pokemon got Ice type moves. And then I could always just switch in like Sand Slash at some point. He's got good weaknesses or good resistances. Yeah, just gotta be wary of Houndoom and Golbat, and everything should be okay. Yeah, everything should be fine, Loki. Everything should be fine if I just give Chestnut a Chesto Berry and whatever I send in that gets put to sleep, it's just kind of like whatever. Okay, let's give this guy a Chesto Berry. And, well, I'm only going to give him the Chesto Berry because I really only need him to be awake. The Carvanha, I'm literally only having in so it can, like, force the Misdreavus to pick something into, like, you know, bait moves, if I'm being completely honest. So, this will be fine. Yeah, this will be fine. This will be fine. We got to get not trolled completely, but it should be fine. Okay. Alright, let's do first Battle Valley Windworks real quick. Let's see. Alrighty, here we go. So Smeargle is going to click Dark Void. The Misdreavus should be clicking Hidden Power Fighting, but he's going to click it into my Weezing, and I'm going to click Fire Spin on the Smeargle. Hopefully pick up the KO, and everything should be fine after that. Let's see. It used Reflect. Okay, this is actually fine. I'm actually cool with this. Use HP Fire or Fighting on my Weezing. Does no damage. Fire Spin. Can I pick up a KO? W. Okay. That first turn actually went a bit better than I thought. Bag on. Can this bag on kill my coughing? No, not particularly. As a matter of fact, this thing is gonna die. Alright, and I'll fire spin this guy. Just use Side Beam. Ooh, I forgot about Side Beam. That's gonna do some damage. Okay, luckily they didn't random target. That thing's dead. And that thing's dead. Smooth, 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 smooth. Golbat and Houndoom are in. I need to be wary of Pursuit. Can this thing do damage to Weezing? No. Can this thing do some damage to Weezing? Yeah. Can this thing do damage to me? No. Can this thing do damage to me? No. Okay. I think I'll just keep Chestnut in, and I'll click Sludge on the Houndoom, and I'll click Rock Slide. They can't really do a lot of damage to me. And he's asleep. W Chestleberry. Okay, smooth. Let's show. That shouldn't KO unless it crits. It didn't crit. Rock Slide kills both of them. Or maybe not both of them, but one of them. Alright, let's switch in Ja Morant here. He will be chill against this guy. And then I could switch out... I guess I can switch out. I can do a double switch just so I can spread the EXP a little bit better. Alright, you got put to sleep. That's fine. We really only need Amen Thompson to be able to move because he's going to click Aqua Jet for priority. So we're good here. That thing lived. Oh my god. Okay, so we can just Aqua Jet again for priority and it'll be fine. Okay, smooth. Okay, good EXP management. Okay, good EXP management. Good EXP management. That's chill. Okay, chill battle. Chill battle. By the way, the predictions from 3 hours ago. Ooh. 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 My B. My B, my B, my B, chat. My B, 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 my B. What's good, Greg? How's your 4th? It was chill. I ended up spending a lot more time at home than I thought and didn't go to any parties, but honestly, it's probably for the best. It would have been a bunch of people drinking at the party and on the road, and it would have been really, really unsafe. So, honestly, it's probably a blessing in disguise that I stayed home. Alright, now I gotta deal with this damn Duskull and the Lunatone lead. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So this could pick up a KO and not take a lot of damage. But this thing is gonna one-shot him instantly. So maybe we just start with Seeking and we kill him first. And then we lead with Sand Slash. Can Sand Slash kill Duskull? Oh my god, I forgot this thing had Levitate. This is an interesting one. So I'm worried about the Lunatone killing my Carvanha with Signal Beam. But if my Seeking is faster than it and it clicks Dive, then the thing should just die, no? And then that will bait in Ariados, and I can just swap. Can this thing 1v1 Ariados? Yeah, it can. And then this thing will be out. I gotta be careful with the Ariados. I don't want to get spiderwebbed in. That'd be really, really bad. But this will bait in Ariados for certain, who can definitely 1v1 the Carvanha. But at the very least, the first turn that these guys will be out, they'll be completely safe. I don't want to bring Dustox here because he kind of takes a lot of damage. I want to look at Persian. Let's look at Persian. Let's see. What level does Meowth evolve? 28. So I'll be bringing Persian directly to the level cap. Okay, so we get some pretty good moves on the way there. Oh, but if I delay Meowth to 33, I get Fake Out. Oh, wait, but I get Fake Out at 35 if I get Persian, so it's basically the same thing. Okay. And I got Knockoff at 28. This might not be a bad Pokemon for the next battle against Commander Mars. This might not even be a bad Pokemon against the gym. I might take a look at that thing soon. But for now, I can kind of just let Chestnut carry a little bit. All right, turn 1. we lead with Carvanha and Seeking. So we leave a Ben Wallace and a Man Thompson. And then a Man Thompson. Yeah, there you go. And then Amen Thompson will one-shot the Lunatone before it gets to move and use Signal Beam. And then I will be able to use, let's say I'll just use like Feint Attack against the Duskull. It might die, it might not die. If I'm lucky, it will. If I'm not, it won't. It is what it is. And then that will bait in likely Umbreon and Ariados. Neither of them are dead to Pursuits. If I get clicked by Pursuit, even if it's boosted Pursuit with crit, it won't kill me. And then I could switch in, let's see, I could switch in Sandslash and Macargo there, and it'll be fine. Or I can even switch in Sandslash and Wheezing, low-key, and it'll be straight. Yeah, that might even be better. Yeah, I can switch in Sandslash and Wheezing there. That'd be huge, actually. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, smooth. All right, chill battle. Chill battle. Chill battle. They're really walking all the way over here, bro. Okay, smooth. This will be a chill battle. Okay, so I Feint Attack this guy, and then I dive this guy. And use Helping Hand. Okay, that's fine. It's not using Will-O-Wisp on one of my Pokemon, so that's actually very, very appreciated. All right, this is a guaranteed KO every time, so I'm not worried about that. And then what I'm a little more worried about is the potential for me to not get a KO on Feint Attack. But if Ariados doesn't come in here, then this is fine. If it's Umbreon instead of Ariados, that'll be fine. But I want Ariados and Umbreon out together. Okay, unfortunate. This is probably Ariados now. Yes, it sure is. Can Ariados kill me? It sure can kill Carvanha. So this is definitely going to click Leech Life into my Carvanha slot every single time. So since I know it's about to click Leech Life into Ben Wallace, I can switch in Zion or Chestnut, but I'm going to switch in Zion. And I'm going to keep this guy in, and I'm going to... Can I kill this thing? Can I kill this Duskull with -1 on Aqua Jet with Seeking? Let's see. Definitely not. I got click dive. I'm still faster though. Okay, there we go. He's everybody click Leech Life. It's gonna do like nothing to Zion. He's chilling. We're good. Oh, he withdrew Duskull? What did he send in? Umbreon? Interesting switch. Okay. Well, I still get a dive and it still does a decent amount of damage on him. How much damage we're looking at here? I'm -1. It'll be okay. Yeah, that's fine damage. There's a Leech Life. Yo, Griffin, thank you so much for the raid. Dude, I've been up really, really late these past couple nights with streams and stuff like that. But thank you so much for the raid. Right now we're in Valley Windworks doing some humble Gardenia splits. We're in a bit of an interesting spot. The battle is not routing exactly how I wanted to, but I'm still very, very comfortable and confident with us winning the battle here, especially if I just switch out a Man Thompson and then I send in Chestnut. Everything should be straight here. Okay, it didn't use Pursuit either, which is fine. Or at least not on Light Slaps. Okay, so both of my Pokemon can no longer escape. This is fine though, because these are the exact Pokemon that I wanted to have in the first place. So I can just kind of click whatever move I want on whatever slot I want, and everything will be straight. I basically have all the authority to do whatever the hell I want here. Wait, what just happened? It got Quick Claw? That's not gonna do a lot of damage. Pursuit, yeah, they can dump to the slot. Everything's dead here. That's fine. All right, yeah, we're chilling. Yep, chilling. Now Murkrow and Duskull. I kind of want to spread the EXP a bit more evenly, but honestly, I think I'll be fine with just KOing these guys and letting it go. Okay, smooth. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Can't stick around because I'm mad hungry, but have a great stream. Appreciate you. Switch AI because of super effective Thunder Wave on Carve. Yeah, I know. It's very, very cringe. Hey, what's good, Fodgy? What's poppin', bro? Yeah, it's very, very weird how the AI moves. It just sees electric type moves super effective against water type, so it switches in a Pokemon with Thunder Wave, even though it doesn't do damage. You know, the AI is smart, but it's a robot, so it can be exploited. That's the whole point of it. Okay, so now we have Commander Mars. The last time I did this fight, I made a very, very big crucial error that costed me some Pokemon, and then it inevitably costed me the run. So ideally, I don't make that mistake again. I'm gonna bring Denny Avdia in the party, and I'm gonna bring him to the level cap because I know that this Pokemon is gonna be really, really strong for helping me this time around. But yeah, I'm gonna bring him to the level cap because I know this Pokemon is gonna be really, 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 really strong. I'll have to manage this EXP well, but if it gets me through this fight and I can't use it on Gardenia, it'll still be okay because I'll still have like a lot of pretty strong Pokemon in the party. Okay, let me give it a payday. Alright, what's this thing's stats looking like when it becomes a Persian? Let me see. This thing, it'll be a Persian. And then it'll have way more attack than special attack. Yeah, so I want this thing to have attacking moves. It's got a naughty nature too. Okay, word. Let's keep going. It's gonna learn Slash. Yeah, there it is. Alright, let's definitely get Slash instead of Metal Claw, I'm feeling. Night Slash, that's gonna be really, really helpful on the Lunatone. Alright, and we get Persian at level 28, and it learns Knockoff, which is really, really helpful. This is boosted Knockoff, so it's nice. I think I want Knockoff and Night Slash for sure. Alright, this is smooth, this is smooth. So we've got a very, very strong, powerful Pokemon here. This is really, really good. This is really, really good. I like this a lot. This is good, this is good. Okay, let's see. So turn 1, I'm gonna have this guy in. And what can I do about this guy? Can Persian take care of him? No, not quite. Can Grotto take care of him? If I bring Grotto to like level 26, it'll be closer, but not great. Let's bring Grotto to like 25. Yeah, let's bring Grotto to like 25. I think that'd be better. Alright, so I can lead with Magcargo and Grotto for like the same typical strats that I normally do. And then when I KO them, okay, well, firstly, let's bring Grotto to the level I need to be at real quick. Because this is at level 23. I need to be at least 25. Every Pokemon for this fight needs to be at least 25. Drill Run, okay, that's actually perfect. I want to move like Drill Run here. Alright, smooth. Okay. Let's see. So he's gonna lead with these two guys. I lead Chestnuts and Grotto. After KOing these guys, that will bait in. It'll bait in Gabite first. It'll bait in Gabite first, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And then when the Hippowdon gets taken out, it will bait in likely Gabite and Gligar. But I need the Gligar to die as quickly as possible. So maybe I actually use Seeking here, bring Seeking up to level 26 to get a guaranteed kill on this guy and be faster. And I bait in, yeah, okay, that's actually 100% the wave. That is the wave right there. That is the wave for sure. Okay, smooth. Okay, so Amen Thompson at 26 will be able to pick up a consistent 1-hit KO on this guy. So I just bring in, okay, that's perfect. That's actually a really, really good lead. That's actually a really, really, really good lead. Okay, so Amen Thompson and Magcargo first. One-shots these guys. What comes in then? That would be, let's see, it'd be Gabite and Gligar. That would come in. I could pick up a potential 1-hit KO on that guy, and I could also use Rock Slide to hit both. I think I'll probably just use, yeah, I'll use Dive and Rock Slide and just hope I hit both and it should be straight. As for the Gabite, it could click Dragon Claw and do some decent damage. This guy click Earthquake and kind of do whatever. He'll probably click Earthquake. The Gabite might honestly use Protect turn 1 that is out. So I think I'm going to Fire Fang. Commander Mars prediction is going up, by the way, for anyone that's here that wants to bet. But here's 2 minutes. It'll send in, the Gabite will probably use Protect because they really be doing that for like no damn reason. And I'll double into this thing and I'll kill it, right? After I double into that thing and I kill it, the Lunatone will come out. When the Lunatone is out, Seeking picks up a KO on this thing pretty consistently again. It'll probably click Protect again. I'm faster than this thing, so I'll probably be able to kill it before it gets to touch Chestnut, and it'll be straight. And then after that, it'll be probably Gabite and this thing on the field. I could send in this guy. I can send in this guy to deal with Gabite, and I can send in this guy to deal with Gabite and also not take a crazy amount of damage from Perugly at that point, and then everything will just kind of be a matter of time and it'll be straight from there. Okay, that's a pretty good plan. That's a pretty good plan. The only thing I'm a little worried about is this Gligar with Sandvale using Swords Dance again like it did last time and almost sweeping my entire team. That was almost really bad, but I think we'll be fine. I think we won't get that crazy unlucky. All right, we got another like 38 seconds to the Commander Mars predictions up, so let's go in there and we'll do the last fight of the stream. Oh, this dumb girl's in the way. Okay, so I don't think I've ever made it past Commander Mars without losing a single Pokemon on Commander Mars, now that I think about it. And I've got Obdia in the back just in case like I need to do damage here. I literally have Obdia here at the level cap, and like he might not even really be needed. We'll see. He can do some damage to this guy. He's fast. He can do damage to this guy, and he's fast. He can do damage to this guy, and he's fast. He can do, yeah, he's just kind of here to like get some damage and pick up a KO if I need to with like knockoff or something like that, and it'll be straight. Okay, smooth. It's also got super luck, which is nice. All right, so lead Macargo, this guy, Fire Spin, this guy, and then can this thing do damage to Seeking? No, not really. Okay, bet. So Fire Spin Macargo and dive on the Hippopotas, pick up 1 hit, guarantee 1 hit KOs on both of them, and then that will bring in Gabite and Gligar, and then we go from there. All right, smooth. Let's do this. I'm very comfortable, and I think I can get a clean fight against Mars this time. I think I can make it out without losing a single Pokemon on this battle. All right, let's do this. Alrighty, so there come these two. This right here is a foregone conclusion. Fire Spin, dive, and we're good. He's gonna use Tailwind. That's honestly better than it setting up rocks. Tailwind doesn't last forever. Rocks do, and they hurt sometimes. Okay, good dive. Okay, good dive. So, okay, that's fine. Fire Spin. That's a 1 hit KO. Good. Okay. Good. Let's keep moving. Let's move along then. Alrighty. And now it's I wish I could tell you why it sent out these 2 Pokemon, but I genuinely cannot. I genuinely just can't tell you why it did that. I wish I could explain to you why the AI just did that, but I literally can't. Okay, it's fine. I should be able to pick up a 1 hit KO with dive here. And use light screen. This is chill. I forgot I had Tailwind up. Okay, this is chill. And I can always Aqua Jet the next turn. This thing will die. This thing will die now if it doesn't die, but hopefully it does. Okay, smooth. It did. It's got light screen up now, meaning I'm gonna have a bit of a harder time getting my fire spins off. Okay, so now I've got this guy, this guy. I think this is Goodbye now, low-key. It should be Goodbye. Hopefully it's not Gligon, because that'd be a little scary. Okay, cool, it's Goodbye. I'm pretty confident that this thing is just about to, like, click Protect here. So I'm going to double into the Perugly slot with Dive. It did use Protect. I'm a genius. Okay, W. Let's burn the Perugly and make it useless. Now Iron Tail's not going to do all that much damage to either of these Pokemon. Yeah. Oh, defense drop is a little annoying, especially because this Goodbye has Earthquake. Alright, that's good damage. I missed the Will-O-Wisp. Okay, this is interesting now. Let's see. So, Goodbye with Chestnut at -1 defense. It definitely sees a KO from the range I'm at right now with Earthquake. How much? I'm at 60 HP. That Earthquake is going to do 60 damage. Okay, so it sees a KO with Earthquake on my Magcargo. So I switch into Zion here on Magcargo slot. And then on this slot, I think I just low-key either swap into Sand Slash or click Dive again? Maybe? Is Persian doing more damage? Return's gonna do a lot too. I'll keep this thing in. I'll click Dive. I meant Thompson been hooping this entire playthrough. I'm sure he'll be okay. But yeah, all right. But this is definitely Earthquake on the Goodbye slot because it sees a kill, so it's definitely gonna click Earthquake. It clicked Protect, but it saw a KO. This isn't gonna KO me, even with crit. Damn, that was without a crit. It did that much damage. I really wish I didn't miss that Will-O-Wisp. This isn't gonna KO. Ooh, W crit! W crit! Yes, okay, good. W crit, W crit, W crit. Chestnut's level 28 now, which is not good. W crit. Okay, good crit, good crit, good crit. I'm back. Did the teaching ever get any better, or was it all terrible as a start? What do you mean? He understood a lot. Gligar. Amen Thompson is at 24 HP. This thing definitely sees a KO on Amen. Sees it with Earthquake. There's a couple rolls of Earthquake. Actually, it might be a guaranteed KO after the sand. Aqua Jet is gonna kill this thing. Can Weezing do damage to this guy? Kinda. I guess I could swap into Sand Slash here, into Persian, into... Oh my god, what do I bring in here? I low-key don't know. I needed this thing to be what gets the kill, but it's at like not a lot of HP. I can risk Seeking here. The only problem is that this Goodbye is faster, and I don't think it's gonna click Protect again. If I bring in Sand Slash, it'll have a fine time dealing with the Goodbye, but it has a bit of a harder time dealing with this guy. And by a bit, I mean a lot of a harder time dealing with this guy. So I'm thinking maybe we bring in Obdia here. Maybe we do a double switch. Maybe we do a double switch, or we can bring Chestnut back into Loki. Chestnut would be really, really nice here. We could just bring Chestnut back in for fire spin damage, and then they probably won't click Earthquake because we got this guy on the field. Yeah, so let's keep Zion out, and we'll use Toxic on this guy, and then we'll bring Chestnut in on what'll likely be Aerial Ace, I believe. Let's see. Hopefully it's not EQ. Oh, okay, so that's one EQ. Ooh. this could be a problem. So that Gligar is +2 now. Meaning... it can kill a lot of things now. It can do a lot of damage now. Okay, this might need to be Sand Slash now. Zion can stay in and use Sludge on the Gligar, but I definitely need Sand Slash in here. Hopefully it doesn't click Swords Dance again. If it does, then this thing is gonna wreak mayhem on literally everything. Use EQ, that's fine. It's not gonna do that much damage. Use Rock Slide, don't flinch. W, and no scream. Okay, this is cool, this is cool. Let's double into the Gligar. Hopefully the Gabite just clicks like Protect again. Okay, cool, this is cool. This is cool, this is cool, this is cool. Oh my god, please don't miss. Please don't miss. It's +4, please don't miss. Good. That's not gonna do a lot of damage, but it's damage nonetheless. Don't miss. Yes. Okay, he's dead. Alright, the poison should kill it, right? Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Everything is chill now. Everything is chill now. It's spamming Protect for some reason. Neither of these guys are dead. Yep. We're good. Okay, cool. I think that's my first time getting past Commander Mars Deathless. Wow, that's really, really good. That was really, really good. I'm proud of myself. That's really, really good. That was a very, very clean Commander Mars. That was very, very clean. That was good. It didn't seem like it at first, but maybe he did. I really like Gligar's colors in this game. Yeah, it's got a nice model. It's annoying to fight in that fight because it's like really, really scary because it's got Yachi Berry and the other move, or the other ability. It's got Sand Veil, which is really, really problematic. But we made it through. We made it through. We made it through. It was a little tricky, but we made it through. We made it through. All right, let's get our next encounter. Let's decide if we look and want to delay. Let's see. What route is this? This is 205. Okay. So we can get our Route 205 encounter now and essentially be rolling on Starly, Bidoof, Ekans, Nidoran, Staravia, Pachirisu, Arbok, Lady, and Poochyena. Or we can wait until we get into 205 North where it's basically the same thing, but we get Buizel. Let me just roll now and just hope I don't get Lady in. Let me just roll real quick right now and I just gotta pray I don't get Lady in, bro. How many Pokeballs I got? Wait, how many Pokeballs I got? Hello? Okay, I got 50. Alright, show me not Lady in, because Lady in is terrible. Oh my god. Just to be clear, never use an extension on your homeboy. Don't know what it is, never used it. Oh, okay, you just like that. You just knew. All good. No worries, no worries, no worries. You were just reading, bro. You were just reading our shit. You just like that then. Oh my god. This is gonna be... Alprin Shangoon. Dude, this was the last Pokemon that I would have wanted right now, bro. Ledian sucks. Ledian sucks, dude. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We can... I'm sure we can find a use for something. Maybe it gets self-destruct and it can blow up on something and die. Maybe then it'll be useful. Alrighty. Well, that was fun. I had a fun time teaching him. He seems like he had a fun time learning. But I'm definitely tired. I gotta wake up for church tomorrow, so I gotta head to bed. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'ma send a humble raid on over to Scork to celebrate me making it past Commander Mars without losing any Pokemon on the fight. It looks like he's fighting Gardenia right now. Does Gardenia have a Tangrowth? I think so. I think he's fighting Gardenia right now. So, wait, no, he has Gardenia's badge already. I think he's doing Jupiter right now. He's doing the Jupiter building stuff right now. So you can check out what he's doing with the Jupiter split right now, or the Fantina split right now with the Jupiter building. But yeah, y'all go show some love to work. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna be doing everything I can to kind of get the Nuzlocking content on my page so it gets more and more popular, so we can get more and more people in here, so it can be just as lit as like the Emerald streams. But this is what I really want to stream, and I'm having a lot more fun playing this in Ironmon, so I really don't want to make it that I have to stream Ironmon every single day so I can maintain like good viewership. I'm really not trying to do that, so we'll see. But I'll probably stream it sometime soon just to make the people happy so they stop bothering me. But yeah, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. W stream, thank you for the subs and the follows and being here. I know it's a little bit different, a little bit more chill and quiet, but I appreciate you guys being here and kicking it with me. I'm out. Peace.
I can use the Raptor now, that's true. The headbutter and the biter. Yo, Greg, thank you for the raid, goat. How was stream? We just beat Jupiter Deathless. Welcome in. How was stream? He's good. Nice, dude. How's PK? What's on Pokemon? Oh shit, that's what's up. Commander Mars Deathless. Let's fucking go, dude. This is the run. Hell yeah. You and me both. I have 3 deaths too. Unfortunately, I think you're raiding into a raid. I think I'm gonna end there for the day. I'm a little burnt out, so I'm probably not gonna go live tomorrow. I'm not gonna go live tomorrow. It's Sunday. But I'll be live Monday. Maybe I'll stream my alt tonight or something. If I do, check it out.